Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone, and welcome once again to another morning edition of Keeping It Real. And thank you so much for joining me once again. Thank you. There we go. Thank you for joining me once again, folks. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And joining me today is, guess who? The person who needs to get a pay cut.
Your best friend.
Yeah.
Your favorite person in the world.
Yeah. Sounds like you're eating and you haven't brought me any breakfast. We're gonna have to talk about that. We're gonna have to talk about that, okay? That's not right. That's not right.
I'm having coffee, Norbert.
That don't sound like coffee to me. And good morning, St. Lucia. Good morning, every single one of you out there. And of course, good morning to those of you all around St. Lucia in the north, south, east, and west. I'm smelling my own cologne. It smells good.
Yes, you do smell good, if I must say so.
Yeah,
what perfume do you wear, Norbert?
It's called Wete Avec Moi.
Oh, okay. That does smell really good. I think I told you that the last time.
I guess you didn't figure out that one, right? Wete Avec Moi.
I don't, whatever, Norbert. You always put in my legs. I don't understand what you said. I took you seriously. I don't know why I take you seriously. I really don't know.
It's called Wete Avec Moi. That's the cologne I'm wearing this morning. You know what Wete Avec Moi means?
Something with you.
Yeah, stay with me. That's all.
No.
It's not your fault. It's okay. The people of St. Lucia forgive you. That's all. But you have a lot of redeeming of yourself to do today, so.
Do I? How so?
Yes. You didn't know what Wete Avec Moi means.
I skipped my French classes at the convent.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. Mm-hmm. Blame the convent. Should have gotten your mother to come in. That would have straightened you out.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, today is another lovely day in paradise. It's Tuesday, the 13th day of July, 2021. And guess what? Only 13 days to go until the big day, until the big kahuna, flat dong platate. That's elections day. Monday after next. That's it.
Yep.
And things are getting hot in here, I'm telling you, folks. It's getting hot. Good morning to those of you in Grossley in the north, Vieux-Fort in the south, Soufrière in the west, Dennery, Mico in the east. I'm talking about Dennery. Last night was, if you want to call it, the official launch of Farrah Polius, the one who will be administering some serious therapy down there. And I don't know, Farrah Polius has a lot of energy. If you see her on the Flambeau Forum or the Fire Friday avec Isaït.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She can move.
You know, she bounces. She bounces. I haven't seen anybody bounce like that, man. That's being a hard worker in the fields and lifting up all these concrete blocks.
Oh yeah,
and bricks.
I remember there's a video of her last year. Lifting up some concrete blocks and I think she was building for something for some
wall or something or
somebody
digging
in
drains.
her constituency. Yeah.
You know, like as a woman, can you give her a call? I need to organize a wall around my house there. You know, the way some of these guys work there like dead horses, flat down, flat à terre. She'd do a better job, right? Manage it faster.
Absolutely.
But you'll pay her. That's okay. You could handle that, right?
Sure. Why not? Why not?
I better not hold my breath.
Right?
But so much for that. And already, the folks in the diaspora are already logged on. Puerto Rico, United Kingdom, the US of A, Martinique. Bonjour Martinique, Sakafet and Lela. Antigua, Tortola, US Virgin Islands. Okay, South Africa. Who are these people over there? You have people over there?
In South Africa?
Yeah, wherever. I don't know. All these people all over the place. And you know, I see the light flashing for the phone, and I wonder who that could be so early in the morning as Minerva is here. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Good morning.
You see what I'm talking about?
Good morning.
You see what I'm talking about? When I'm here, I don't get early calls like this. You see what I'm talking about?
Mr. LaCurry, nobody's jealous.
Well. Jealous is part of life.
See what I'm talking about?
It's the number.
Yeah.
Too much of attention is given to one can cause jealousy. Yeah. Minerva, how are you doing, Minerva?
I'm good. I'm beautiful. How are you?
Well, I'm cool. Cool like
Good,
a
good. Are you taking care of Janine and LaCurry in Cashie's North?
They look like they bring...
Our new candidate?
Look like they bring a wife for me.
You see how easily you've been replaced.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be jealous at all. I've been replaced.
Well, I know that you support the wife also.
Oh yeah, she's definitely a nice, pleasant lady. Very, very nice. I could totally see why you feel that way.
However, do you know that the eyes are windows to the soul? And no matter how hard you may try, whatever you are experiencing inside will be one way or another, will be seen in your eyes. If you're pretending to be very sweet and polite to someone, but in your mind you hate being in a company, that hatred will be seen in your eyes. On the other hand, if there is deep love for someone, that also can be seen in your eyes. It has been said that the eyes contain many of a person's secrets. Even your health can be determined by looking into your eyes. People were not able to read your mind, but they were able to read your eyes. That is why it's very difficult to trust someone that the eyes are jumping from one end to another while you are talking to them. We sense that they're not telling the completely truth, or they have something to hide. Some wonder the reason why people wear a sunshade is one way of hiding what the eyes have to say. If the eyes are windows to the soul, perhaps we should all keep the thoughts clean. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, caller. Have a great day.
Thank you, caller. Have a good one.
Which means I gotta watch your eyes. See what's cooking up inside there. Gotta check you out. Gotta be careful. Gotta watch you. And another day in paradise, like I say. And those of you who want to log on and check it out on Facebook, it's facebook.com/keeping it real SLU. That's right, folks. Keeping it real. SLU. It's my buddy over there. I don't know why he says he's not getting the link anymore on Facebook. It's been the same link from day one. It ain't changed. So if that computer of yours or that phone is giving you problems, there's a dumpster with your name on it.
You mean that
I don't know. He said Facebook. I don't know. Facebook is
yeah,
working.
it didn't give me the notification either that GDB TV. It didn't pop up. It normally pops up. It didn't, but I could see you live. When I actually went to the Facebook page,
Yeah.
I could see the show is online, but it didn't give me the notification either. Not sure why.
Well, I don't know. Well, today at 6:23 in the morning is looking to be a bright day. I'm looking out the Sky FM window here, and I can see blue skies and a few light puffy clouds. And this morning it was very windy. Before I left the house, I could hear the wind blowing through the wires overhead. And it's going to be windy like that until about 9 o'clock this morning, and then again a little later around noon. But this afternoon it's going to be bright sunshine with minimal chance of rain. 81 degrees in St. Lucia, in Castries, going up to a high today of 86. And I'm Norbert Williams on the Sky FM Weather Center. And I hear the birds in the background there by you. What's going on? You have birds in the house or what?
There are lots of birds around. I was wondering if you would hear them in the studio. I mean, through the phone. But yeah, there are lots of birds where I am.
I hear very well.
I love the sound of that. Oh no, sorry, that can't be helped.
That's all right. It's nature. That's natural. A lot of people would give
Absolutely.
anything to be here and hear that right now. A lot of people would
Absolutely.
love to be out of
when I was in
bondage.
the Arctic freezing my buns off, I
What-
longed for the sounds of birds.
What
and
were
the
you?
sound of,
What
of
were you
trees
hearing?
blowing.
What were you hearing? Seals, whales? What were you hearing?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's what you call the sound of silence.
The sound of
And it's the
silence.
sound of silence. But anyway, this morning we prevaricating. Is that the word I can use now?
Yes,
Is
yes,
that the
we are.
word?
Yes, we are. Good morning to
What-
everybody in the chat on the GBD TV
Mm-hmm.
and the UW Facebook page. Good morning to all of you.
What are we gonna talk about today? I mean, it's been
The issues of the
wild.
day, Norbert.
It's been wild. I don't know. I don't know where to start. It's been wild.
Well, first of all, I passed you in the motorcade on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get your attention, but you were busy driving
Mm-hmm.
and honking your horn. What a motorcade that was, eh?
Yeah.
What a motorcade. Yeah.
It was something else. What's going on with them guys there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Yes, talk to me now. Talk to me.
No, I was saying, so the police force has basically changed the rules, so now there are no island-wide motorcades, but you can have constituency motorcades. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
I think some people got out of hand. A lot of people
Yeah,
got out
yeah,
of hand on the weekend.
Yeah. And that makes sense. I totally agree with that because the traffic and the chaos on the road, it was a lot. It was a lot for the police to handle. It was too much. The number of vehicles, the volume of vehicles on the road. I agree with having everybody stay in their constituencies and do your thing in your constituency. And that would be the most value to candidates in any event than doing the whole island ride things, being stuck in traffic for hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was massive. Mm-hmm.
You know, let me keep it real. Sometimes issues come up.
Mm-hmm.
And, that is when true, be very careful of what I'm saying. Listen well, folks.
Mm-hmm.
That is when true journalism comes into play. True journalistic ethics come into play. And sometimes you may be a little I don't know if that's the right word, squeamish or a little reluctant or a little hesitant about tackling a story because maybe you're connected to somebody or you're associated in a kind of way or whatever. And I've had to consider over the past few days whether I want to keep it real. And I thought that I'd be doing a disservice to all the fans out there, however many, however few, who rely on this program to keep it real, to present the evidence, to conduct my own analysis of the paralysis. And the good thing about it is when I present the evidence, when I present my point of view, I give all of you out there the opportunity to examine the same evidence, the same information that I've considered and conducted my own analysis of the paralysis and given you the opportunity to agree with me because you have the same information or to disagree. But at the end of the day, and I always say it, folks, at the end of the day, we don't have to be vexed about differing opinions. And just because you agree with me doesn't mean that we're friends either. Not that friends are bad, but that we can agree and we can disagree at times. And that's life. We shouldn't hold it against each other or hold it against somebody who has a differing opinion or view. And I want to maintain that around here, and especially around this time every 5 years, the political campaign and political season, and what we tend to refer to over here as the silly season. Some people want to grow a beard, you can live in a bab, because they're upset at somebody because of their opinion or their point of view or who they support. This is foolishness. But in all of this, folks, we have to be honest with ourselves. Okay? We have to be honest with ourselves. And the fact remains that very open to the public has been the defection, that's the word I'll use, the defection of Stephenson King. Yeah, oh boy, oh. Some people holding their head already. But that's a fact. And I refer to it as a defection. Somebody I know very well, at least well enough, to be mystified, to be discombobulated, and to be annoyed. Because a lot of people are angry. A lot of people have used very colorful language to refer to Stephenson King and to refer to lots of all kind of people. They use colorful language to refer to me too and you. Very colorful language. And I don't think, the people who, because, from the get-go, I always wanted to be very factual and very real on this issue. That is why, at the beginning, I was reluctant to delve into things until I had more evidence, until I had more definitive statements to conduct my analysis of the paralysis. And I hardly believe that having been in politics for since 1981, 40 years? Or thereabouts? That Stephenson King ever expected to say what he said, to make the decision that he did, to take the action that he did, and did not expect all of it to be talked about. In fact, in my opinion, I believe his timing for the whole thing was designed to create as much talk as possible, to create as much speculation as possible, to create as much analysis of the paralysis as possible. But that talk and speculation I certainly don't think that he expected it to only be directed in one direction. Obviously, he should have known. I mean, having been in politics for 40 years, obviously, he should have expected that a great big microscope was going to fall over his dada. And as I always say around here, on keeping it real, when I keep it real, it's the past, and some people are averse to the past. But when you go into the past, when you look at the past, you can't change it. You can pretend it didn't exist. You can try to create a different narrative of what the past was. But the past is the past, just like the facts are the facts. They ain't going to change. Your representation or misrepresentation of the facts may be different, but they always remain the same. And when you go into the past, in this situation there, with Stephenson King and the United Workers' Party, from which he has distanced himself and stated very clearly in his letter that he was running as an independent candidate, in my opinion, the letter is very clear. The statement, although trying to be ambiguous about not resigning and all of that kind of thing, it has in itself been a constructive resignation.
Absolutely.
Because you can't tell me, I mean, folks, let's listen. Let's think about this realistically, and let's stop playing around with each other.
Absolutely.
You cannot be, well, you cannot be a member of a political party. I don't care which one it is. UWP, SLP, any political party. Let's keep it real this morning. Let me break it down. You cannot be a member of a political party, be the endorsed candidate for that party for many years, put up paraphernalia, flags in the constituency where you have run and where you were expected to run. The flags on the poles, around the roundabout, Ektupatu. They were from you. I don't think the SLP put them up. And then now want to say that you will no longer run. Listen to this. It's an adversarial system where you're competing against, or you're fighting against, or whatever word you want to use, against the other side. And you cannot expect that you're no longer running as the candidate for the UWP, because now you're running as an independent. But if you're running as an independent, it means that you're not running for the party, the UWP, and in effect, you're running against the party. Because now, in very quick time, to unanimous support, the United Workers' Party has launched a new candidate in your place to replace the position that you vacated. So you're going to be running as an independent, clearly against the UWP candidate, but you're still a member of the party. You have not resigned. I don't think any court, I don't think any individual, I don't think any sane person will believe for one instance that your actions, by virtue of your actions, that you have in effect resigned from the party. It's just like telling me that you have an SLP candidate, whichever one you want, vroom vroom, whatever, who is running on an SLP ticket, but yet still wants to be a UWP member. Can that make sense?
Absolutely not.
That's this illogical. Doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
But when you listen to a lot of the talk that's out there, and you know what really surprised me is how astute the Keeping It Real fans out there really are. Because it seems to me that they've paid a lot of attention to what's been going on. And the comments that have been coming out about participation in the House. Not me who said it. I was surprised. The callers yesterday talking about their observations of his participation in the House, the lackluster kind of participation, his absence. People noticed those things, the statements that he made. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. And I'm not making up any of this. Right? Now, for whatever reason, on Saturday night, I don't know whether it was an act of God, whether it was an act of the devil, whether it was an act of Beelzebub, whether somebody had vegled Philip J. Pierre, whether somebody had rubbed something in Philip J. Pierre's face, whether somebody gave Philip J. Pierre something to drink, whether somebody passé la main en Fiji, whether somebody secoué something in his face.
No, but God opened his mouth. God had opened Philip Pierre's mouth on Saturday night. Because what's done in the darkness must come to light. God opened Philip Pierre's mouth and had him put out the plan between Stephenson King and the St. Lucia Labour Party.
But hold on.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't mash me up there. Give me a chance, the lady, please.
Okay.
Give me a chance.
Hmm.
You see, even though Stephenson King wrote that letter, right? Listen to this. Even though he wrote that letter to the United Workers' Party, indicating clearly, unambiguously, that he was running as an independent, clearly stating that he no longer was involved. And if you had to say everything else that you said in there, I don't know why you would want to remain with the party. So, by a collection of all the statements that were made in there about the reasons why and what you said in the press and that you're going to run as an independent, I think for all intents and purposes, any reasonable or logical person will conclude that you don't want to be in the damn party anymore. It's not like you have a leg in or leg out. But I want to, folks, play for you again the facts of the matter. The facts of the matter. Hold on a second there. There it is. That's it. That's it there, buddy. That's it. I want you to listen to these words of Philip J. Pierre on Saturday night in Gros-Islet, Monchy, on the platform of the SLP Gros-Islet candidate for the upcoming elections. Right? I want you to listen to this very carefully because we're going through the sequence. And I want to tell you to tell me whether there is any uncertainty, whether there is any doubt, whether there is any ambiguity, whether there is any slip of the tongue in what Philip J. Pierre, leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party, had to say about Stephenson King and others. And I want you to know very well that what Philip J. Pierre said and that the actions that Stephenson King took had been spoken about, had been discussed, had been revealed long before that letter surfaced from Stephenson King, the much delayed letter. It had been discussed, had been hinted to, or about, had been alluded to long before Philip J. Pierre made that statement on Saturday. And all it did, don't insult my intelligence. All that statement did, when it was uttered by Philip J. Pierre, was to confirm what everybody had suspected for a very long time. In fact, on Friday last week at the launch and announcement of the new UWP candidate for Castries North, Janine Giraudy, Prime Minister Alan Shastney said, and he put it correctly, and you know when you hear somebody say something and you say, yeah, you know, that's absolutely true. There's no question, there's nothing to contravene what was said. And he said that the actions of Stephenson King were the worst kept secret in St. Lucia. Because everybody knew it already before it had even happened. But I want you all now, again, folks, again, to listen to Philip J. Pierre on Saturday night. I want you to listen. Pay attention. I will not interrupt.
Because Stephenson King, the United August Party, they have lost 3 leaders. 3 leaders have left the United August Party. Von Lewis, he left and he joined us. Morella Joseph left and she joined us. And now Stephenson King left and joined us. So, and I don't think many of you remember that. I'll tell you again. Von Lewis, former Prime Minister, left and he joined us. When he joined us, he said, the substance of government is on this side, our side. Morella Joseph, Dr. Morella Joseph, leader of the United August Party, left them and joined us. Remember that? And now, Stephenson King, Wayne Flabo, leave them and they join us.
Utanli Pukaukuma, is there any uncertainty in your mind? What Philip J.
Nope.
is not a misspeak. He didn't use the wrong word. He categorically laid down the foundation to get to Stephenson King. Von Lewis left. That's what he said. He said Morella Joseph left and joined us. And now, that's what he said. He didn't talk. The context was not about similar views or a discussion or a point. It was about joining the Labour Party. And from the moment that Stephenson King made his announcement, the suspicion then and the suspicion before was that it was a strategic move because the SLP had not and has not up to this time, a few days before nomination day, 3 days, which is on Friday, named the candidate. And the only logical conclusion that people can come to in the scheme of things is that it was a Trojan horse move. That it was what's the word? A trick. That the intention was for him to move over. That's what the talk is all over the place. And by all the evidence and all the information out there, are you inclined to think the same or otherwise? You examine it for yourself. But we go in further. After this, now after the whole uproar on the weekend, and the incensed supporters of the UWP who now believed that Philip JPL let the cat out of the bag, who whatever happened, whatever holy happening occurred, whatever act of God occurred, to point lang Philip JPL fay parler. The people are convinced that Philip JPL let the cat out of the bag earlier than was expected, or than he should have. And now, Stephenson King is scrambling that now the people of Castries North are even more enraged because he said, no, I'm not, I'm running as an independent. Are even more enraged. Now he pens, you see? Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. So now the pressure coming down, now people who may have been sympathetic to him have the wool removed from over their eyes. And they're seeing it for all it's worth in its totunismo. And now he has to scramble and run for another press statement and say that listen to it, he's running as an independent and he's a patriot and he has no interest in the SLP. He's never sent in an application or anything. And that he's not interested in any party. Lo and behold now, I don't know, an interview, whoever asked him, where it was before, whatever. St. Lucia Times Online says, folks, kakakal baski ang tet no bialo. I mean, are the people of St. Lucia dumb? They have no sense of reasoning. They cannot conduct their own analysis of the paralysis. Caption, headline, King does not rule out serving in a coalition administration. From independent, from not interested in political parties, from not wanting to join, to now, is it a power play? Was it a power play from within the UWP? That he was former prime minister and no longer had the say? And was that a problem? That is a problem in any organization.
Absolutely.
And I am putting it to you folks that it is a problem in the SLP now. And can you imagine if, a big if, the SLP formed the government, that Kenny Anthony will operate easily under Philip J. Pierre as prime minister, that Ernest Hilaire will operate if he wins, if they win too, operate under him, that anybody thinks that there will not be confusion. But the fact remains that the prime minister, whether it's Stephenson King, whether it's Kenny Anthony, whether it is John Blow, whether it is whoever, and the people who have been around, according to Champagne, the politics for a while, understand very clearly that it is the prime minister who reserves or who has the final say when he has that option. That it is the majority of members in cabinet that will vote on issues. And that even if you disagree, just like it's supposed to be in a democracy in which we are, that you go by the majority.
Even before you get to cabinet, what you said before that is the very issue of what happened in the UWP camp. There you had a former prime minister, somebody who believes he's anointed to be prime minister by virtue of his tenure, losing a leadership race to Alan Chasney. Alan Chasney was fairly new to the politics. He came into the party as a selected or senator in 2006. John Compton brought him in. But he was fairly new to the politics. There you have a man like Alan Chasney winning the leadership race of the party after the 2011 election. I can't remember exactly which year
2013.
that leadership race, 2013, took place. And from that time...
Hold on. How did he become leader? By virtue of what process?
A democratic process.
And in that process,
a democratic process.
If Stephenson King or anybody else participating in that democratic process of vote would have expected that if they won, and I think that if Steve won, he would have expected everyone to abide by the process. Likewise, if anybody else is elected leader of the party, or a party is elected the governing party at a general election, you would expect that they would abide by the decision of the majority.
Absolutely. But herein started the problem. So there you have a former prime minister who has lost the leadership race to somebody who was fairly recent in politics. And there you have Alan Chasney going on to win a general election.
Well, let's say that different. Who was not chosen, and another, let's put it differently. Instead of negative, who was not, although it is, who was not chosen.
It is. That is
Right.
the essence of what has caused his bitterness, his all of that. All of that towards Alan Shastney. That is
Apparently.
fundamentally what it is. He lost the leadership race to Alan Shastney. And no, but here you have Alan Shastney coming in as in the 2016 election and winning the election. Something that Stephenson King was not able to do
That's
in
right.
2011.
That's right.
And I dare say probably would not be able to do at all. There you had Alan Shastney coming to stamp his own style, his own ways, his own, on the organization, as every single leader has the right to do. Stephenson King was not able to do that because he just basically continued the same old as before. But Alan Shastney came in and stamped his own style of leadership on the organization, and nothing wrong with that. Like I said on Friday, institutions, companies, etc., when
Yeah.
you have a new president at the
Yeah.
helm of the
Yep.
organization,
Yep.
they will come in and stamp their own style
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
organization. Nothing wrong with that. And if you aren't able to keep up with that, then you leave. But you see, and that's the thing.
That's what gets St.
when
Lucians.
Stephenson King, sorry?
I said that's what gets St. Lucians. You were so disgruntled. You were so not up
Absolutely.
to it, but you stayed there.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
did what?
At the time,
And did
At the
what?
time when Stephenson King lost the leadership race to Alan Shastney, that's the time he should have bowed out and
Yep.
said, you know what, I made my contribution to the party, I made my contribution to the government, I think it's time for me to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, somebody who was leader, who was prime minister, is
Yeah.
going to have a hard time
Yes.
being
Under.
an ordinary member of cabinet or under him. Even if he's a senior member of
Yeah.
cabinet, he's going to have a hard time because he has to now adjust to the fact that he is no longer,
Calling
he
the
no
shots.
longer has the final say
That's right.
in cabinet.
That's right.
There's a new chief in town. There's a new sheriff in
Sheriff,
town.
new sheriff.
There's a new boss at the helm. There's a new head of the organization, and you no longer have the final say.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly what you're talking about, cabinet now. Go on to the point you're making, Norbert. Sorry.
In cabinet,
You're making a point about cabinet.
yes. Everybody doesn't have to agree. It's just like a democratic process. It's just like the House of Parliament when you take a vote. That is why, if you remember, in the distasteful and disgusting Philip J. Pierre initiated vote of no confidence in the House, not 2 years ago or so, 3 years ago, when Edmund Estefan called for the motion to be put to a vote, catching all of them off guard. The clerk stood up and called everybody's name to get a vote because you want this to be precise. It's not a matter of I and which one's loudest. You want to be distinct
Right.
for the record. Numbers.
Absolutely.
Prime Minister Alan Shastney, how do you vote? Stephenson King, how do you vote? Edmund Estefan, how do you vote? Alva Baptiste, how do you vote? And it is recorded, and before the results could be given, the cheese stands alone walked out by himself, Philip J. Pierre. Right? The cheese stands alone. Well, the cheese walked out by himself, and nobody followed. And the majority won. Just like the majority, when you put something to a vote in cabinet, decide on what happens with the questions and the decisions that have to be made in cabinet. It's a democratic process. But you see, Philip J. Pierre made a very clear statement. He didn't say something, but it's in there. He said, Von Lewis left. That's what he said. Left and joined. That's what he said. Joined the Labour Party. That's what he said. Joined. He didn't say join a cause. He said join the SLP. Morella Joseph left and joined the SLP. And
He
then
joined us.
and then
Joined us.
yeah. And then he said Stephenson King left and joined. So the question is, look a little further back now. Every single one of those three that he named failed to win the elections when they were at the head of the UWP.
Yep.
Every one of them. So what is Philip J. Pierre's point? That he the SLP accepted failures, that they accepted people who were not able to do anything? What was the value of those individuals if they failed at what you want to accomplish? And the thing is that, Philip J. Pierre, the elections are coming. Are you going to win? That's the question. But you see, now we have to go further in time now to yesterday. And all the talk that has been out there, and everything else, and Philip J. Pierre is saying, because he held a news conference Monday, Stephenson King said, not Philip J. Pierre, Stephenson King says he does not rule out serving in a coalition administration. We have turmoil in the country. We have an impasse in government. But you see there again the play for power. The play for power. Who's going to, because the talk has been, what happens if we have an 8-8 situation? Or a balance, an untenable balance. Who's going to wield the power? Who's going to talk to who? So now, we see the move from independent to a different shade. Doesn't mind working in a coalition. Co-coalition like a sortie. The only time we had something like that was what? A tripartite or whatever thing it was with Mikey Pilgrim for a temporary period of time when the country was almost at a state of war. And because of who?
Yes.
The SLP again. In 79, 82 period.
Yep.
St. Lucia was almost in a civil war because of the SLP. Power struggle. And now we have Stephenson King alluding to a coalition government. Where's that coming from? The people have been very clear. So now I see that now as confirmation of what everybody, well, quite a bit of people, had been speculating about for months, that it was a power play. And I see this as an announcement by King to somebody out there. But hey, Muela. But this is not a surprise. I received calls last night like crazy that people say, you see, I had not seen the article yet. You see, look at that. And oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Pressure does burst pipe. And I think the pressure is coming along tremendously because now things not quite working. The timing didn't quite work out right. That's what everybody says. It seems like the announcement of the elections by Prime Minister Alan Chastney last Monday shook a lot of plans before they could be finalized.
Absolutely.
And then,
because nobody.
hold on one second. And then the announcement of Janine Giraudy as the new UWP candidate in Castries North. I think all Kakaglo start to come down. Kakaglo.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Minerva.
Because Norbert, if you remember, last week Sunday, Stephenson King sat on the Flubbo Forum. The Flubbo Forum. A party event. This wasn't a government event. This was a party event. In his yellow shirt. The Flubbo Forum on Sunday.
Deceit.
And sat with the government.
Trickery.
Talking about the achievements in his ministry.
Treachery.
In the last term. Talking about the plans going forward for the next 5 years. He sat with the Prime Minister and other members of his cabinet, in a party event. On Monday, the Prime Minister announced the date of the election. By Tuesday, we heard rumors going around.
Yeah.
The talk was a buzz on Tuesday. On Wednesday, he was gone. So between Sunday and Wednesday, he was gone.
So many things happened between those 2 days to make you want to go?
No, but just like you saying, but back to the point that a lot of things caught him off guard. But his plan was always there. He had his plan all along. Maybe he would not expect the election to be called so quickly. And he certainly did not expect Janine Giraudy as a candidate for that seat. That caught him off guard. He certainly did not see that one coming.
The daughter.
So
the daughter of the man who got him into politics. The daughter
of the late, as he said in his speech, the late
Henry
Giraudy.
Yep.
One of the founding fathers of UWP. The man who brought him, he basically worked for Janine's father.
He did. At
He
Flosac
worked
and
in the
Girodi.
law office.
Yeah.
And Henry Girodi brought him into the UWP. Janine's father brought Stephenson King into the UWP. So he never saw that coming, where Janine is now the candidate against him. So you're saying Sapa Flabo, Janine is Flabo. Janine is the epitome of Flabo.
But this,
Deal with that.
Minerva, this thing that gets me, and when I was in the police force, it just occurs to me now, as you mentioned that. When I was in the police force, I remember working with a number of superior officers, or more senior officers in rank and time in the force. And I remember I made a suggestion once. It was a station sergeant, right? Station sergeant. There's 3 bars with a crown on top of it, for those of you who know or don't know. And I made a suggestion as a younger police officer. You come in to any organization, you come in with ideas, you come in with suggestions. And you know what the guy said to me? Gasa, Willow, Gasa, that's how I got it. That's how I'm going to leave it. And this talk about this is not the party of Sir John. And let me keep it real. I characterize that as absolute foolishness.
Absolutely.
It is the same party.
Absolutely.
But it's not going to remain the same party in 2021 as it was in 1960 or 1970 or 1980. Times change.
No, but
the way you run campaigns change. The way you operate in government in a world that has changed has to change. Well, tell me about the party is not the party of Sir John I cannot recognize. Of course it's not.
No,
Sir John made his mark. But we have to move on.
Absolutely. Indulge me for a second while I read this.
Yeah.
It's short, but indulge me for a second, because I wrote this yesterday. I think it's important. The only constant in life is change. Like any other institution, political parties that fail to evolve will fail to exist. Why do you think Stephenson King did not and could never win an election as a political leader? Because he stayed stuck in times long gone, failed to develop himself or the party, failed to modernize the party, and failed to appeal to a new era of voters. Flabo does not belong to Compton, King, or Chasney. Or any of the other people. It doesn't belong to Janice Compton either, or any of the other people who have turned against the party since Stephenson King lost the leadership to Alan Chasney.
In 2008, Stephenson King said to Janice Compton, in effect the Compton family, get over it, Sir John is dead.
Absolutely.
Okay?
So let me continue this. Flabo does not belong to Compton, King, or Chasney, or any of the other people that believe that by virtue of the fact that they were there first, that Flabo belongs to them. The UWP is a collective, and it will and must evolve. It is bigger than any one person, and it is certainly bigger than any one person's definition of what Flabo is. Do you think the 20 or 30-something-year-old voter cares who King is? No, seriously. Beyond being the last relic of the Compton era, they do not know him. He does not appeal to them. He has no political capital to them. And a party under his leadership could not attract that younger vote. Nor could it attract mine. So Stephenson King, Flabo may not be the party of times long gone, but it is certainly the party of now, and it is certainly the party of the youth. And just as he was Daddy Compton to you, he's Uncle Chas to young voters. They love him, they identify with his fresh vision, and the path to prosperity for them, their future, the party, and the country. Say Flabo.
Yep. What can I say?
Flabo
again?
is not defined by Compton Flabo. No, it's defined by King's Flabo.
That's right.
No, it's defined by Alan Chasney.
That's
Flabo.
right.
Flabo is a collective.
That's right.
And parties have to evolve. It's a collective of its members. And things will change. Inevitably, change is good. If you fail to adjust to the changing times, you will fail to exist. What happened? Where's Blockbuster? Where's camera film? Where's so many things that have come and gone? Things we thought we could not live without. Come and gone. You know, where's the BlackBerry phone we used to cut so much style with
Oh
10 years
yes,
ago?
with your pin, with your
Come
pin.
on.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. These companies fail to evolve, and right now they
that is
fail
right.
to exist.
That is right.
The Labour Party is also experiencing that. They have stayed stuck in the past. They fail to evolve.
The
Labour Party is
politics.
struggling with that right now.
Yes.
Look at them. They have failed to appeal to the youth. There's nothing youthful about them. They still have Philip is the equivalent of Stephenson
A
King.
dinosaur.
Dinosaurs. You know, no disrespect to any of them,
Yeah.
but both of them, Philip Pierre and Stephenson King,
Yeah.
are exactly the same in terms of they feel that they are entitled to be prime minister
Because of
by
the time.
virtue of their tenure, by
And
virtue of the time served.
who said it in
That
the
is-
House? 25 years. I'm following in the footsteps, as if
Yeah,
time
yeah.
gives you some type of
Yeah.
capital that you don't have to
Absolutely.
prove your worth, that you don't have
Yeah.
to prove
20
that you're capable.
Tenure is not what makes you a good prime minister.
Mm-hmm.
Long service is not what makes you a good prime minister. You have to have the skill set, you have to have the abilities, you have to have the talent, you have to have the vision, and most of all, you have to have the ability to keep pace with changing times.
That's right.
To modernize your organization
That's
as
right.
time moves on. Otherwise, you will fail to exist. And Stephenson King was not able to do it. That is why he lost in 2011. Philip Pierre has not been able to do the same for the Labour Party.
Yeah.
And that's why they will lose again this election.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you something, Minerva. The lines have been blowing up. You ready
But
to
no,
take
but
the
wait,
call?
no, there's a couple of, wait, hold on. You opened already?
No, not yet. Go ahead.
Have you opened up?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
No, but there are a few more points I want to make before people start
Yeah.
calling.
Yeah.
No, but the deceptiveness of Stephenson King.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
deceptiveness
oh.
of Stephenson King.
Has
The
people angry.
premeditation of this.
Yes.
No, but Stephenson King, again, starting off of Flubbo Forum on Sunday. The Prime Minister has been asking Stephenson King many times if what he's hearing is true. Are the rumors true? Deny. Yet by Wednesday, his vehicle is wrapped in blue. His office is painted in blue. All his paraphernalia is there. If that is not premeditated, I don't know what is. If that is not manipulative, I don't know what is. If that is not deceptive, I don't know what is. Stephenson King tries to carry himself and act as if he's this paradigm of virtue, this moral position. He is not. He is not. No, but Stephenson King, if you take in a moral position against positions the government has held, and you have such an egregious issue with them, leave. Leave. You do not sit with your cabinet for 5 years. 5 years.
Like a
as
snake.
part of the entire
Like a
process,
snake in
like
the
a snake.
grass.
Like a snake. You do not sit in parliament with them for 5 years, and then after the
Voting, aye.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You disagreed with everything your party did, but you spent 5 years getting paid to do it. How does that make sense? And listen to his excuse.
That's a
now.
king
He had
snake,
to
boy.
service people.
That's
He
a
had
king
to, He had
snake.
to service people. That is his excuse for remaining in cabinet for 5 years.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in cabinet to serve your people. That's what Parliament is there for.
Well, it
You are
seems
member of
like-
Parliament.
It
Give me a
seems
second,
like
Robert. You're elected to serve in Parliament. You're not elected to serve in cabinet. There are opposition members who are sitting in Parliament. So don't use that as an excuse. You decide to stay in cabinet to serve your members. No, to serve your constituents. No. You sit in Parliament to do that. You could have left as an independent member of Parliament.
That's an
many years
interesting
ago.
point you make.
If you had
Yes.
a issue
Yes.
with stuff happening
Yes.
in the cabinet,
Yes.
you
Yes.
sit in Parliament as an independent
Yes.
person.
You bow
don't
out from the
have to
party.
remain in cabinet.
That's
But
right.
you disagree with everything your party did, but you spent
Stay there.
5 years
That's right.
sitting in Parliament getting paid to do it. That is highly immoral,
Deception.
deceptive, corrupt, devious. King, you are no honest person. You are
Yeah.
not an honest person.
Yes.
You are manipulative.
Yes.
You are calculated. You are cunning, and you're a snake.
Yeah, the king snake. Yeah, what can I say about that? That is a very accurate analysis of the paralysis. If you were so unhappy about the way things were done, you didn't want to be a part of it, although you continue to be a part of it, because
Absolutely.
whether your voice was in dissent or not, being in the cabinet, you go by the majority, and you're saying that everybody
Absolutely.
else didn't get it and only you got it. If you were so
Absolutely.
convicted of such conviction, why didn't you resign from the cabinet and stand in the house as an
as an
individual
independent member.
parliamentarian.
Absolutely.
You
And
could have
represent
done
your
that.
constituents that way.
So what was the
Yes,
benefit
you
to
could have done
you?
that.
What did you do?
What is the benefit to him?
Did you try to
him?
impede the workings of the government? Did you delay things? Did you interfere? Did you drag your feet? That's just the, why would you stay? What was the benefit to you to remain there? Silent.
What is the benefit, Norbert? What is the benefit to him to stay? To collect his salary, to enjoy the benefits of being a minister. That was the benefits to him. So he refused to give up his seat in cabinet and take a principal position and stand in cabinet and stand in parliament as an independent.
And that's the word he
member.
used, principle.
That
Patriot.
was selfish, principle and patriotic. No, but no. Principle and patriotic. A principled person would have resigned from something they disagree with, if they have such a fundamental issue with it, and stand as an independent member. That is what a principled
Let me
person
tell you
would
something.
do. And don't come and call yourself a patriot now, Stevenson King. Don't call yourself a patriot. You are not patriot. You are no patriot. And you see, as a matter of fact, that word where people believe that as long as they're not supporting the UWP, oh, I'm a patriot, I'm a patriot.
Yeah.
I see the Labour Party people used it all along. I'm a patriot. Stevenson King is now using it.
Patriots.
No, you're not patriots. You're not patriots. Do not dare, as a St. Lucian who supports the UWP and supports the Alan Chastanet government, do not dare position yourself as patriots and other people aren't.
But you see
Janine
again-
Giron is not a patriot.
Yeah.
I am not a patriot.
Yeah. What
You are
about
not a
me?
patriot, Norbert? Okay.
Let me tell you something. I'm a mama patriot. I'm telling you that.
No, but any word that diminishes my St. Lucianness or my love for my country, I resent it. Don't come and Philippine and tell me I'm a lesser St. Lucian because I've lived overseas or because I have two passports. Stevenson King, don't come and tell me you're patriot because now you choose when it's convenient for you to leave the UWP and I'm less patriotic or Janine is less patriotic or you are less patriotic because we support the UWP. Do not even come with that. Okay? Nobody's more patriotic as St. Lucian than me or you or
the
any of
stress.
us. How dare you, Stevenson King? How dare you?
The stress, the pain, the sleepless nights, the inability to eat, the feelings of distress that Stevenson King caused to St. Lucians here and overseas is unconscionable. And the timing of his actions were well calculated, although, in my opinion, he was forced a little earlier than expected, but his actions were calculated to inflict the most damage possible to the image, to the viability of the United Workers' Party at the upcoming elections. There is no doubt in my mind that was his ultimate goal.
Absolutely. And no, but I will go a step further and say this. So Stevenson King is now making the media rounds.
Yes.
All the decisions that he disagreed with in cabinet,
All
he's
of
now
a sudden.
making the media rounds and exposing information. Like, that makes no sense. You are part of a team. There are things you will not agree with or disagree with. At the end of the day, you are not the leader. You are not the prime minister.
Yeah.
Your decision is not final. Okay, there's a new leader in town and his decision is final.
Get used to it.
Right? So for him to, so this strategy
Playing
of going after the
victim.
media
Playing victim.
and playing victim, absolutely playing victim and the sympathy card. King, I see straight through that, and I think a lot of solutions see straight through you to that victim and sympathy card. That will not hold. But the point is, no, but he's going around making the media rounds, and everything he has disagreed with in Parliament, in cabinet, sorry, he is out there discussing in the media. How does that make sense? So you want to retry every single
Well,
thing?
there's
The
supposed to be
government has come and respond.
confidentiality, but then,
Exactly,
but then,
exactly.
but then we see that certain people don't give a damn about confidentiality and the image of St.
Absolutely.
Lucia, and will release information from cabinet that should continue to remain confidential.
Absolutely.
Ask Philip
And-
JP about that.
Okay, and no, but it's very funny and it's very telling that the same talking points I have heard him using since he's been doing his media rounds are the very same talking points your friend Buddy have had on Thursday nights on his show. Right after it happens, it's very convenient, and I question where that information was coming from all along. I question it. I don't know for a fact, but I question it. The talking points sound exactly the same. But further, Robert, what is the government supposed to do? Retry in the court of public opinion why they made all the decisions? That makes no sense. That's why the Prime Minister said it's not just about the party, it's about the country. It is about the country. Putting confusion and turmoil now. At the end of the day, he comes and talks about the airport and he preferred the PPA arrangement rather than us financing the airport. a decision has been made. The,
Yeah.
Both sides of the issue were examined, and the decision has been made.
But
There are pros
again,
and cons to each side.
but
So
again,
what is the government supposed to do? 1 second. What's the government supposed to do? Come out now and respond to everything the king is saying and justify their positions as to why they took decisions? That makes no sense.
but Minerva,
On the eve of the election, now you're putting out all of this in the public domain when you sat with it for 5 years as
Yep.
part of the process, king, and you call yourself a patriot?
yeah.
Ah, no,
But
man.
but
No,
again,
no.
but again, it's understanding and respecting the process. Even if you
Absolutely.
did not agree, it is clear that the majority of the members thought otherwise. They thought
Absolutely.
otherwise. And again, it boils down to you want to hijack or control what the process is. You are no longer and were no longer the leader. And that ultimate decision, when it is the purview of the Prime Minister to exercise that discretion, you serve in a role as advisor. When you can vote, you vote. If the vote is in your favor or with your point of view, then that is what's carried. When the Prime Minister has to exercise his discretion, that is what he does. Your advice, your opinion, the information that you provide is what is considered. It is not the law. It is not mandatory. And that is what needs to be understood. And apparently, that is what the problem is. Because we keep hearing about this disrespect. And it all boils down to like his opinion was not the primary opinion. I'm just keeping it real. And conducting my analysis on of the paralysis of what was said, what's been put out in the public domain, what is in the press, what has been said on social media. And you ask yourself, now that certain things are revealed, where did that information come from so that the Hakalaks and the SLP could be alluding to it 1 month, 2 months, 3 months last year? How was that possible? They had a dream? They have a gade that go into your mind? Or was there some type of communication or some back and forth? Or were they hacking your phone? Or did they have a bug under your pillow?
Or was there a Judas in the camp all along?
Are you ready for the calls?
Absolutely.
7:19 in the morning. Don't forget, Janine Girodi is the new UWP candidate in Castries North. And I'm telling you, she had a whistle stop on Saturday, and the reception by the people was tremendous. I was there. And she is fearless. She's full of monsieur. I was surprised.
No, but before we open the lines, have you opened them yet?
Not yet. They're open, but they're
Okay.
not answered.
No, but let me say this. As a woman, I am so proud. I am so proud that UWP has a team of 5 women on this ticket. 5. No, but that's record-breaking for St. Lucia.
Anyway, yes.
Record-breaking. No political party in St. Lucia had ever had that many women on the ticket as UWP in this term. And I am super proud. Because Robert, you know this? Let me tell you. People talk the talk. We need more women in government. We need more women in government.
Yeah.
But nobody does anything about it.
Yep.
This party is actually doing something about it.
Yes.
This party has invited women to sit at their table at the highest seats of decision making in the country. This party, 5 talented,
women.
competent, skilled, internationally
Call the
exposed,
names. Call the names.
high
Call the names.
caliber,
They're not a number.
high
Call the
caliber.
names.
You have Fortuna Belrose in
Yeah.
Castries East. You have Farah in Denry North.
Ferropolius.
You have Farah Polios.
Yeah.
You have Gail Rigobert
Yes.
in Miku North.
Yeah.
You have
Sarah Flood Bowbray, Castries
Sarah Flood in
Central.
Castries Central.
A giant.
And now we have Janine Girodi in Castries North. High caliber women, no, but I am super proud. And no, but you know that, like I said, the women are we like I said, we ask for women to enter the political arena, but we know there are barriers. We know there are barriers. First of all, a lot of women are mothers, they're wives, they're balancing multiple priorities, and men don't necessarily have to the extent that women have to. You know, in addition to that, there are barriers, there are glass ceilings that women face. You enter the political arena and it automatically becomes nasty. There's sexism that women are exposed to that men will never have to be exposed to. There are attacks that will come for women in ways that will never come for a man. Never. So women who put themselves in the political field have to deal with all that. So you have to be strong, you have to be tough, but we also know that women bring other qualities to the table. Sound decision making, the softer side, more empathetic, soft but strong, more empathetic. People who can manage domestic budgets and domestic households. You take those skills to a country. There's skill sets that women bring, conflict resolution to a group of, to any group that they're in. So I'm so proud that the United Workers' Party has fielded a team of 5 women. 5 women, 5 for 5. I see that as I see big things happening for the party, and I look forward to seeing all 5 of these women elected to parliament, standing up and representing not only their constituencies, but young women, old women, women across St. Lucia. I hope the young girls growing up, girls in their teens, preteens, teenagers, 20-something-year-olds, first-time
And
voters,
look to the UWP.
I'm sure that they are inspired by these women. And I'm talking about high caliber, classy women. Women who were highly educated, highly skilled, worked overseas, have brought that international experience back home, and can contribute to the development of St. Lucia. It's a proud day to be Flabo. It's a proud day to be a Flabo woman, and I'm super proud.
Okay,
We can open the lines.
I have a message here. No longer the party of Sir John, King says. Yet he was against Sir John returning as leader in 2006. He supported Vaughan to the hilt then. Get a quick message there, this other one. This person says, what's this talk that King may have received campaign donations under the banner of UWP? Should he now return these funds? Well, I don't know about that. Okay, good morning, Norbert and Minerva. It is my opinion that Stephenson King is of a confused mind, being driven by external forces. He is being used by others to achieve their personal agendas and vendettas, far remote from the genuine well-being of St. Lucia and St. Lucians. He is part of a plot, the fine details of which the St. Lucian public are still unaware of. So the real danger is all the darkness involved between the SLP, Stephenson King, and Richard Frederick, and that is the sting in the scorpion's tail that awaits St. Lucia. That darkness of a possible government, its composition being a process of Machiavellian maneuvers we just cannot afford, especially in COVID times. We remember we last got government confusion in 1979, and we also remember the dire consequences our country suffered. The choice for St. Lucia has to be the stability of a united party with a clear leader who everybody can see. No hiding, no surprises. We just cannot afford a 6 for a 9 SLP government. A UWP government of performance is the continuity St. Lucia needs. You know, all of this just makes people wonder, it's like a novel, that's like a spy movie, that's like politics we see elsewhere, the shenanigans, the wheeling and dealing, the crookedness, the deceit. My goodness. We have our first caller.
No, but I think, and can you put the number on the screen, please?
Good morning. You're on the air. Let's keep it real. 456-0931. 456-0931 is the number if you want to give us a call right here. Good morning. You're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Hi. Good morning, Brother Norbert.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Minerva. How are you?
Morning. I'm good. How are you?
Okay. I'm actually a first-time caller.
Hey,
I'm a first-time caller to any talk show.
Wow. Thank you very
And
much.
wow.
I am
Thank
the registered constituent of the battleground state of Castries North.
Great.
Right? And I mean, Norbert, you echoed my exact sentiments this morning, and that is why I felt obligated to call in the show. Because even upon the resignation of, or the rumors of the resignation of Mr. King, as you rightfully said, I felt very sympathetic, and I told myself that he must have resigned for good reason, and I was still willing to throw my support behind him. However, after hearing those comments from Mr. Philip Pierre in Moshi on Saturday, that quickly converted my support and my sympathy to resentment and many other things, because I am asking myself, why the trickery, the same trickery and all these things that the opposition speak about. Why are you all trying to trick the electorate now? And I am not one of these people you would ever see in a motorcade or waving any flag or with any sticker on my car, anything of that sort. But I sit by and I observe keenly what is happening. Okay? And as I said, Mr. King still had an ounce of support in me, even after he announced his resignation from the party and all of that. But after hearing Mr. Philip Pierre's comments that Stevenson King had essentially joined them, I was like, no, I cannot. And there are many people who feel the exact same way in the Castries North constituency. So I believe Mr. King is in for a very rude awakening this election because of that plot that he seems to be a part of. And the appalling thing is that the supporters of the SLP will now come out and defend Philip Pierre's statement, stating that it doesn't mean that King has joined the party. All it means that King has joined the fight to removing the Alan Chastney government, which is hypocrisy. Because when the Prime Minister speaks, his comments are taken at face value. So when he made the comments about when they speak, I don't listen, I let the jackasses breathe, he wasn't referring to solutions. He was referring to the detractors and the opposing members who oppose for opposing sake. These are the jackasses.
Exactly.
He wasn't calling St. Lucia's jackasses. And the people must realize that, as you rightfully said, we, the electorate, are more astute and we are smarter than they believe. So they cannot come and always want to pull the wool over our eyes and think that we're going to take the shit that they say, as the gospel truth. You understand? So that's why I felt I had to call today and indicate that as a registered resident of Castries North, I will not be supporting Mr. King. He had my support. I was willing to throw my vote behind him. But after that statement that Philip Pierre made, and then now, it's trickery. If you are a man, grow the balls and say, well, I've left the UWP, I'm Labour. But don't go blue and then go red and, trick us like that. No, it is disrespectful to say the least. You understand?
Yes,
Very
sir.
Disrespectful. And again, as I will say, Mr. King has lost my support and even my respect as a man because of that stunt that they were trying to pull.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for keeping it real. And I just got a message. I needed to inform you all, folks. Coming into the Castries Harbor right now is another cruise ship bringing in more work, more tourists, taxi drivers, tour operators, and others are going to be happy today. Another cruise ship coming into the Castries Harbor. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Good morning, Norbert and Minerva.
Good morning.
I just want to say that Sarah Flood Brobre had more gonads than Mr. King, because when the bill came before the House to vote for the abortion, Sarah Flood stood up on principle. But Mr. King was saying he stepped out of cabinet when certain things were being discussed. He didn't support, and now he come in and he's saying these things. It means he had no gonads. Thanks. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for keeping it real. 456-0931. 456-0931 if you want to give us a call. In the studio, no calls via WhatsApp today. Yeah, somebody sent me a message there about that cruise ship coming in. Good morning, Norbert. Can someone vote for their license? Well, I don't know what that means. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Hi, good morning, Norbert.
Good morning, sir.
And Maniva. I'm listening to your analysis of the paralysis, as you're saying.
Yeah.
And something is striking, very striking. I don't know who's using who in terms of King, but do you know, and this is not rumor, but do you know that the SLP, quite frankly, is a part of King's motorcade King campaign?
Why did you say that? What did you see?
Okay, when I see Shallery suddenly don't wear red again, he's wearing blue, and he's at King's constituency office every day. That's one. There is a former PS, I can't call name, of infrastructure. They turn blue now, right? They're no longer red. They were there yesterday. Right? So when King come out and make statements that, hey, I have nothing to do with red, he's lying. He is lying. The St. Lucia Labour Party will not have a candidate for Castries North. Mark my word. The plot is that the St. Lucia Labour Party people will go and vote with King. So King is trying to win the support of...
It's all a strategy, you're saying. All a strategy.
It's all, according to Philip J. Pierre, is strategy.
But the question caller, maybe you could answer this. Why is it that for the first time ever, that the SLP, with Philip J. Pierre's statement that, man, he has candidates coming out of his ears, out of his head, that the SLP, after 5 years of campaigning, has not been able to, interestingly, field a candidate for Castries North and Castries Central, where we know exactly what's been going on for the longest while. Why this is strange? Strange.
Well, let me give you a joke and get off the line so somebody else can call. So yesterday I'm heading home, and just by there's a new supermarket just by NRDF, just in front of NRDF. So I'm turning there, heading home. Since I'm
you're talking about Leclerc.
Yes, Leclerc. So a guy came out. He's coming out the street, and I'm going in the street. So he stopped and he told me, "Look, they sent a blue shirt for you." So he's checking a blue shirt out of his vehicle windows. He said, "Look, they're sending a blue shirt for you." I said to him, "Obviously, they can't be sending it to me because my vehicle is painted yellow. I have yellow stickers from the front and the back and the side. So how they can be sending one for me?" I said, "Let me tell you something. I'm straight UWP. King is not going to get my vote. I'm sorry." Just like how St. Rose said, in the interest of the party, he's suspending his campaign.
Caller, hold on. Let me make things clear. People play with words and try to malmeny people's cervelle, what I call the 3B's principle. Bullshit baffles brains. If St. Rose is going to lend his support to the SLP candidate, he cannot be suspending his campaign. He's ending it.
He's ended.
Yeah, come on.
He's ended it, yeah.
These guys think they come on. You ain't suspending nothing.
So King is trying to piss in the eyes of the people in Castries North by saying, "Oh, no, I'm independent." BS, you're not independent. You hell no, you're not independent. Philip J. Pierre said what he was supposed to say at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you just get caught with your pants down.
Yeah.
Right? So don't try to BS the people in Castries North. So I tell them, hell no, I'm not blue, pal. Blue is my favorite color, but I ain't wearing blue.
Thank you very much.
I'm yellow in the interest of the party. I've seen development. I've seen progress. I don't have time for Stevenson King. Stevenson King is a lost soul. Since 2016, I worked on Stevenson King campaign. I was more closer with the famous Ubaldus Raymond. Okay? So I know. And since then, Philip JP has not demonstrated to me, Stevenson King has not demonstrated to me that he's a leader. You're 1 foot out, you're 1 foot in.
Yeah.
All statements you make and you want to be as if you was this Mr. Goody. That will make no sense because all of you are the same thing. You ain't no different, you know? Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for keeping it real. 456-0931. 456, I have a message here. Let me get to that. I am appealing to everyone in Castries North not to vote for King. Vote for Miss Janine Girodi because King was lousy. Was a lousy PM. That is why he lost. A vote for King is a vote for the SLP. Let us vote him out. We have another call. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Nice shirt, my brother. Nice shirt. You are my favorite color.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Nice.
Morning. Talk to me.
Just to you, my brother.
Hello?
And the lady on the program, I'd like to meet her sometime. You know, she's kind of interesting. I don't agree with anything she says, but I'd like to meet her and get to know exactly what some...
Okay, let's go, caller. Let's go.
Huh?
Let's go.
I'm not hearing you know, but...
I said let's go. It's not about whether you like the lady or whatever. You're talking. We have talking points this morning. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to know what's the motivation, yeah? But
I ain't have time this morning. People want to call in to talk something sensible. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real. Minova, are you there? Hello? Okay, let's take
No,
this one.
but
Good morning,
no,
you're on
but
the air. Let's
no,
keep
but
it real. Yes, okay, you're there. Okay,
no, but I don't think you were hearing me for a bit.
yeah, I think
you're
I
hearing me
cut you.
now.
I think I turned you down there accidentally.
Oh, okay, okay.
Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Hello?
Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning.
You're on the air.
Morning, you on the air. You could go ahead.
Listen, you guys need to go to the DBS television, the YouTube channel of DBS television,
Yeah.
and look for Party Revival. It was 9 years ago. It is an absolute gem. Your viewers need to see this. I think it sums up everything about Stephenson King. Have a good morning.
Thank you very much, caller. Party Revival on DBS YouTube channel. 4560931, 4560931. And give us a ring-a-ling on the ting-a-ling. We have another call. Good morning, you on the air. Let's keep it real.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning to everybody.
Caller, you need to turn down your device there. I'm
Exactly
hearing
what-
stuff I
that's
said
what-
minutes ago.
Exactly what I'm about to do.
Yes.
The person who made this statement or sent the message that Stevenson did not want Sir John in 2006 is a fact. I was in the belly of the whale, right?
Is your name Jonah?
Yes. and what happened here is that Stevenson was adamant of endorsing
Von Lewis.
Von Lewis,
Yes.
and he wanted Von Lewis to run Central Castries. And I told Stevenson, Von Lewis can never win Central Castries. The Central Castries that was there that Von Lewis could win has moved out of Central Castries. These people now live in Sunny Acres, Summersdale, all over the place, but they're not in Central Castries, right? And he argued with me, and after the election, then he turns to me and asks me how I knew that Vaughan wasn't going to win Central Castries. I said, well, the evidence is on the ground. He didn't want Sir John to come back. He figured he would have had a better, I guess, position with Vaughan being Prime Minister than Sir John, you know. So he coming now and talking about Sir John and all this love for the United Workers' Party. And Stephenson King is a traitor, not only what he did now, he has been a traitor to me. He came to my house and we had a meeting, right, before he reinstated Rufus and Richard. Kept them in the party, brought them back into the party instead of terminating Richard when he told me while speaking to me.
Okay, caller, one moment, please.
Yeah.
We cannot verify what you're saying here, so I
Sorry?
would I said we cannot verify what you're saying here, so I would prefer that you did not mention that, because there's no way to
all right.
confirm what other people said and that
So
sort of thing.
he has been betraying the party in a lot of ways where it's so subtle that people didn't notice it. So when he comes now and try to bring Sir John and how the love for the party and all of that, no.
Yeah.
Stevenson was always where he is. The action he took today was an action he always wanted to take since 2016, not only now.
Yeah.
And like all the callers and what Minerva and yourself have been discussing this morning, right, he is a traitor because he could have done what Minerva said. He could have resigned from the party and stayed in Parliament as an independent. Don't wait now, 5 days before an election, I say 5 days exaggerating a little bit, to come now and talk about he resigning and he's going to be blue. He's not going to be no blue. The people of Castries North better wake up. He's going to be red, pure red. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for
Thank you,
keeping it
caller.
real.
Thank you.
456-0931, 456-0931. Give us a call. Let's check some more messages. We have another call again. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, good morning, Robert.
Morning.
Your last caller is 150% correct. She is correct.
That was a...
I don't want to tell you more. I don't want to tell you less. The woman know what she talking about. This lady, whole flabo, just like Sir John. And when everybody was moving out, she knows every little thing about what was going on. She hit the nail on the head. There's nothing to brush aside. She was totally correct. And I leave it as that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. 456
Thank you, caller.
0931. Are you going to repeat the number a little bit, Minova? And get some practice?
You go ahead.
456-0931. We have another call. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Good morning, Norbert.
Morning,
Good
sir.
morning, Minova.
Good morning.
I think Stevenson King has his plan and they have their plan together. But as far as I see it, like Philip J.P., he's like so anxious to let everything out. I didn't think he made any mistake in Moshi when he said that
I don't think so.
that Stevenson King is with the St. Lucia Labour Party now.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe he wants to put it out there too. So his supporters from the St. Lucia Labour Party will know which direction to go to vote. Because they didn't put a candidate for Castries North. Stevenson King in return now, he doesn't want to lose the vote with the UWP, so he doesn't want that information to be out there. So he will deny it and lie about it, just like when the PM asked him if he had any problems and what the rumors were true. He lied about it. So he's just a big liar. So people need to be careful. And if you don't support the St. Lucia Labour Party, don't vote for King, because a vote for King is for the St. Lucia Labour Party. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller.
Absolutely,
Thank you
caller.
for
Thank
keeping
you.
it real. I have a photo here that was sent in by one of our fans of the cruise ship entering the harbor. Thank you very much. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Jump high, jump low. The people of Castries North will always be fucking.
Okay, that's it. You took a poll on that? You represent anybody, or are you speaking for yourself? You know, people always believe that they will hijack things. That's a totally baseless and empty statement. Maybe if you wanted to engage in some discussion and say why you, instead of being a paid operative to call to just say that. The results in a week, 2 weeks, will tell all. Good morning, you on the air. Let's keep it real. Okay, somebody is not listening to the phone. They're listening to their radio. Another call. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Good morning.
Morning. You need to turn down your radio or your TV or
something I want
something.
to ask you now about that project, the Millennium Highway project, which was on screen for so long. I have heard Mr. King was saying
That was signed. That was signed, I think, in February 2019 at Union at Infrastructure.
Nothing has been done on that. Is it a deliberate effort by Mr. King?
Caller, I'm not in a position to say that.
Because it's not now that
2 years, over 2.5 years now.
Over $130 million was in place for that project from that highway to Soufrière.
Caller, let me tell you something. Caller, delay tactics we see against the government. All kind of operatives in all kind of places with their agendas. Shall I just leave it at that?
I think so, if you don't have the answer. But I just across my there, Miss Philly JP was there and talking a bunch of lies to the people around. That's in Kabish.
Kabish?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not his constituency.
He was around there asking the people around whether Ching Ching, Michael Shastri promised, whether Ching Ching.
Caller, there's no ching ching. It's doop doop your hand, you know. It's not coins anymore.
but
that's bills. Bills that making that noise. Doop doop.
The ching ching come in so many different ways. Many different ways. The
Caller, you smart, eh? You smart, eh?
Yeah, I have to stay alive, because if somebody has not been to the hospital and leave a bill there, you cannot see the difference there because you've never been to the hospital. But what about those people that have been there and left how much thousands of dollars in debt? So that thing was not proven. that thing was not delivered, those vehicle owners, the minibus drivers, the taxi drivers, those things was not proven. So why? These are way where ching is coming back, staying in your pocket. The reduction of the VAT. All these are ways ching staying in your pocket. Look, look now. I heard the first one is they're out. Another VAT will be at 10%. But I don't really support that. I tell you that truly. You see that part of it, don't really support that.
What's that, caller?
The deduction of the VAT to 10%.
The what? Say that again. Say that again. The what?
Deduction of VAT.
The reduction.
Reduction.
Yeah.
From 12.5% to 10%.
Why don't you support it?
The reason why.
Yeah.
A big problem in housing in St. Lucia. Is that the government should leave it at the 15%, or even bring it back at 15%.
Why? I don't understand. I don't understand the connection with housing and VAT. I don't understand.
Listen, government does that. Either leave it at 12%, and.
But I'm not following your reasoning, caller.
I was saying.
Yes.
I don't quite.
I heard that, but why?
Right.
What's your supportive reasoning?
Part of those monies, everybody is paying VAT. Everybody paying VAT. Part of those monies set aside to deal with the housing problem we have in St. Lucia. That's where I was coming.
When you say deal with the housing problem, what do you mean by that?
What that?
Yeah, I'm asking.
At least help the people that is unfortunate in
but why,
having a better housing project in St. Lucia.
But the government is. In fact, the government has announced 10 housing projects.
Well, if he has announced those things, well, maybe that will help even better to go ahead with it.
But caller, the government has discussed this. The Prime Minister has discussed this as the Minister of Finance in developing revenue streams and also in making VAT or taxes more equitable, in finding a more, what would you say, manageable or equitable way of having people pay their fair share, as in sales tax, which would get away the onerous, because there's been a lot of complaints about what VAT has done to businesses and individuals. In fact, at the implementation of VAT under the Kenny Anthony administration, a lot of businesses closed. A lot of businesses went into serious hardship because of the way or the place in the stream of things that VAT gets required to be paid. And that was the problem. VAT is what killed a lot of businesses in St. Lucia.
This is my personal point.
Oh, that's all, but it has to be.
Other means of doing it well, fine.
Right. But that is what, but caller, you see, that is what the Prime Minister had discussed previously in the reduction of VAT from 15% to 12.5%. And what his reasoning was, there's a sweet spot in all of this until you have to shift it to a different way of collecting taxes. That the reduction in VAT put more money in the pockets of businesses and individuals, because if VAT goes down, you pay less money for everything, and businesses pay less money for rent, for water and everything else. So let the experts run the numbers on that, but the Prime Minister talked about reducing VAT and the eventual elimination of VAT, replacing it with a more equitable tax.
I am not an expert.
Right. But however, apparently, the reduction of VAT from 15% to 12.5% has worked out just as the Prime Minister had predicted, and the IMF and the World Bank are in, what's the word? Agreement, although they may have been skeptical before, that the formula with that is working. Okay? Thank you very much, caller.
No, the point I want to ask you.
Yes.
Further thing I want to ask you.
Yeah.
I heard in the interview with King, he was saying he was the founder of the UWP from 1979. After that...
The youth arm.
Right. He was the founder. He don't want to take them disrespect and thing from the... Anyway, that's it. Okay,
thank you very much, caller. Thank you for keeping it real. 456-0931. 456-0931. Give us a ring-a-ling on the ting-a-ling. We have another call. Minerva, you fell asleep? Minerva's not there. Good morning, you on the air. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, Mr. Norbert, I would like to pass a message to the Mr. Pierre Foundation. Either Mr. Lenny or Mr. Pierre to give me a call. I'm a 71-year-old person. My number is 284-1329.
Okay. 284-1329. Mr. Pierre or Lenny, Pierre Foundation, 284-1329.
Yes, please.
Give him a call. And what's your name?
Poyot.
Poyot. Give Poyot a call, 284-1329. Thank you very much. Thanks for keeping it real. 456-0931. 456-0931. Your call is muted, Minerva. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Morning, Mr.
Good. Please turn down your radio. Please turn down your radio.
I don't know radio by me.
I can hear you in the back. There's something playing in the background.
I write in my kitchen.
Yeah, I can still hear it, caller. You have to turn it down.
I'll call back.
Yeah. 456-0931. Give us a call right here. Minerva is here waiting for your call. Let's get to some other messages there. We have another call. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Hi, morning to you, Mr. William. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing good. How are you?
Very good, and good morning to my ex-lady boss, Minerva Ward.
Good morning.
It's Jameson over
morning,
here.
Jameson. Yeah.
Very good.
Hi, Jameson. How are you doing?
Very nice. Let me try and get some more volume on my end. So, Mr. Norbert, I have a question and something, a job for the journalist.
Yeah.
Because yesterday I heard
caller, that's a bad word in St. Lucia, you know.
Clear what people attempted to say. So I want to find out on what capacity was Aziz speaking. So could they please ask him?
What capacity? Hold on, caller. Hold on, caller.
To become maybe some
caller. Uka just pale upa akutim. Caller.
That's really ridiculous to me.
Caller. Philip J. Pierre was speaking in the capacity as
Well, I'm going to listen over the radio. I'm not sure if because I have a very low tone on my end.
Okay.
But I'm going to listen over the radio. Thank you.
Okay. Philip J. Pierre was speaking in his capacity as leader of the opposition. He was on a political platform for one of his members of running the Grosselet seat. And he was speaking in his capacity as leader of the opposition. Leader of the SLP. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Morning, Mr. William.
Morning.
A fella that called a while ago and said the people not going to vote for Mr. King. Tell him, I say, if he is a flabo, he is a flabo. You can never be red or green. I am a flabo, is flabo. So it's not people in North Rock not voting for Labour.
Are you from North Rock? Are you from Castries North?
Yes, Darlington.
So then he's not talking. He's not talking for you then. So he's not talking for you. Hello.
Okay.
He's not talking for you then when he said what he said.
No, the fella that
Hello. Hello.
People in North Rock voting for King. It's not all.
Yeah.
If you is yellow, is yellow.
Yeah.
But you can never leave yellow and go and vote for red.
Okay. Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for keeping it real. You know, some people want to call and just want to generalize and say, we're not voting for. How many people themselves, you know, very often they pay the operatives to just call and push that. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Morning, Robert.
Good morning,
Minerva.
Good morning.
Robert, the gentleman who called before the last caller, he was saying he wanted to know in what capacity Azi was speaking.
Oh, Azi.
Azi, okay.
Oh.
And the other thing is, for a while now, I have suspected apparently when you are asking callers to hold on, the callers aren't really hearing you.
Yeah.
So I think you all need to look into that. That seems to be a problem because it happens a lot. Well, we know Mondays is like that. No, even if he's hearing you, he wants to overpower you.
Well, you know, caller, I'll tell you something.
But a lot of callers are not hearing when you're saying caller, I suspect.
I'll tell you something. What is happening is that a lot of people are trying to listen to themselves.
It could be that
on
too.
the radio, and there is a delay. So when I'm saying something to them or trying to interject, it takes a few seconds, sometimes 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Somebody called a while ago and I heard something, I heard myself from minutes before. So you have to listen to the phone, not the radio.
Or it could be their own device as well, because he said there's a volume problem on his phone.
Yeah.
Well, whatever is causing the problem, it seems to be a problem because I know persons. There's a particular gentleman once who called, and I know he's a decent person. He would listen if you try to ask him to hold on. And apparently, he wasn't hearing you at all, and he was just going on.
Yeah.
So maybe this is something that has to be sorted out.
Okay. Thank you very much, caller.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
456-0931. I have a message here. Norbert, use your investigative skills to find out how long King has been working on that plan. I saw an article in a publication online about a year ago, which I just browsed through and dismissed as propaganda. It said that King would have gone up as an independent and then joined the SLP after the election. The person who sent me that message, send me the link to that article. Try to get that article or interview or talk to the writer of that article. I also listened to King's speech on Choice TV and said it sounded familiar until his utterance, "Ça pas flambeau." Then I realized that this was a replica of Sean Edwards' speech during the no confidence motion against Alan Chasney. You should be able to get both of these speeches and make your own comparison. Thank you very much.
Robert, are you hearing me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Good morning.
Hello.
Okay,
You're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Oh, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Try calling back. Don't know what happened there. Another message. Good morning, Norbert. I'm from the Castries North constituency, and what I want right now is a UWP motorcade around the constituency, and maybe we can gauge and also speak to the voters as well. We need a motorcade around the constituency, please. Thanks. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Morning. How are you?
Morning, sir. I'm doing good.
I'm good. I just wanted to shed a little light on the fact so that you should understand what that does. When you, say for instance, you import goods, right? Okay, it comes in CIF, and then you pay duty and everything else. And then VAT is added on the end, right?
Yeah.
So the businesses now have to find a cash flow to pay the CIF plus excise taxes and duties and VAT.
Upfront.
And if it's big ticket items or large orders, then you put out a significant sum of money, right?
Before you've even
now,
sold
the thing about it is where the problem happened in 2013 or whenever, and businesses could not afford to pay cash up front like that, right? And they collapse. You have to find the cash flow to pay the VAT, but you only recover that money that you put out in the beginning when you sell your items.
That's right.
Right? More often than not, you sell your items in batches or in units, so it takes longer to recover the cash flow that you would have expended in VAT. And that is where businesses crumbled, suffered. I was involved in restructuring a lot of debt for businesses in that time because they could not survive. And you know, cash is king. Cash flow is what businesses need to survive, right? So that is where it would have caused a lot of problems.
So, caller,
especially small business.
Let me break that down. Let me break that down for the regular person out there and tell me if I'm right. So, with VAT, as it was and currently exists as a business, when you import an item, say you buy something from the States for $100, you get the regular taxes and then you have VAT added onto that.
Use a larger figure, Robert. Use a larger figure so it will give the impact.
Okay, so let's say $100,000.
So you're looking at the time, maybe 15,000.
Right. So let's just say you pay $15,000. You have to pay the VAT upfront before you sell the item. And then when you sell the item, it's not necessarily all at the same time. You sell it one today, 2 tomorrow. So you only recovering the VAT slowly.
Piecemeal.
That's right. That's right.
So it puts a burden on the business, especially if there's not a cash flow, like a business that generates a lot of cash flow.
Right, right.
Okay? So it places a burden on businesses. One, now, there's a system in place where you pay the net of the VAT, right? So all what you pay out versus what you receive. So you net it out, and then you pay government that net amount. You understand? So if I pay out, say, 14,000 in VAT at customs, right? And then I sell one item for 1,000. When I pay my VAT on the 21st of the month or whenever, I only pay 13,000 because I net it out. But still, that impact is there. That burden is there.
If you have a slow business, if you have a small business, that's going to be very difficult.
So a sales tax on the other, I've always been a proponent for sales tax.
A sales tax.
A sales tax, you import your item, whatever, put your markup, everything, and then you just impose a sales tax, just like in the U.S. So when you collect that money, that sales tax, you just remit that to government. End of story. So you have to put out your cash in the beginning. VAT is a burdensome tax, okay, and it needs to be stopped. Sales tax may work better. Okay.
Yeah. So for the caller earlier who was talking about keeping VAT or returning it to 15% or more, I hope that was a good enough explanation for you. Thank you very much, caller.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thank you, Minerva. You want to go until 10 o'clock?
No, we could go until 8:15.
8:15. Okay, so 12 more minutes, folks. We'll be taking more calls. We have another call. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Keeping it real. I'm a first-time caller from Denver North.
Well, thank you for calling.
Thank you for calling.
Yes.
Norbert, I want to say something this morning, Norbert.
Yes.
Can you hear me, Norbert?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Norbert, I want to say something this morning. Norbert on the Minerva morning. We need to look at this Steve thing as you grew up in a house. Your mother birthed you. You grow up, you go to school, you come back. And from that point on, you reach at a certain age, you ought to leave your mother's house. There's no commitment that you have to stay home forever. When your time has expired, you have to move. So King moved, leave King alone. But the problem I see there now with King, with the Labour Party, with the impacts thing, once they join with the Labour Party, there'll be more visas will be revoking. Because all the submission they made to the U.S. embassy, where people visas are revoked, police visas are revoked, it has not been resolved. And he was head of Impact. He needs to remember that. Others are wrong. He needs to remember that. The St. Lucia Labour Party knows that. That is why they are dragging their foot on a particular one that they have not announced. They were supposed to do it on Sunday. They wait last minute and they say, let's hold back. It has been a sore point for them to do it. There is a little infighting trying to grapple how we go about doing it. They are calling everybody, let's come together, do this, do that. But they have a problem. Once that happens, the landscape will change. And they are aware of that. Since that hug with the doctor, with the head of the health show, he has not been out in public keeping much noise because he is very worried. So wait a couple more days before, by first day, we will see what happens. That's all I'll say for now. The one in Denver North, he couldn't keep secret. For months he kept hinting. For months he kept hinting.
Right.
Every show he went on,
that's right.
He's hinting something is going to happen.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry. It's our strategy. It's our strategy. He said so, but we didn't pick up on it. Alan waited. Alan didn't want to move in, I think. I had no discussion with him. Because if we had moved in and start to say, or ask him, look, you better tell us what you're doing now, or we're going to do something. He would come out in public and say, you see, they're after me again. They are doing this to me again.
Always
to
playing the
justify
victim.
Alan held back. Alan hold his temperament. The party hold the temperament together and give him the leeway. Some of us may think he waited too late to do something, but we allow him the opportunity. We play with him in all forms and facets, and he couldn't hold again. The time reached where he had to make a commitment to whoever he committed to, not to the party, not to the people. He has his own commitment, and he had to do what he had to do. These things happen. You marry a woman, you take her from her mother house, you took her virginity away. After 40 years, you wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I no longer can stay with you. Whatever is that, it is irreconcilable. I'm leaving. You as a man will always break down. But when your wife tells you that, she has thought about it for 4, 5, 6, 10 years. So when she leaves, she is smiling. Every time she turns around, she looks at you as a fool. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, caller. Thanks for keeping it real. You know, I have a message here, and I think it is a fantastic comment. And with all that Stephenson King has been saying here, listen to this. Why support every budget for the last 5 years? You didn't dissent, you didn't disagree, you didn't have a problem. Good morning, you on the air. Let's keep it real.
Yes, Mr. Norbert. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Talk to me.
Okay. Mr. Norbert.
Yes.
What it is, I am amazed at the crowd on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I'm keeping it real.
Mm-hmm.
Crowd doesn't make you win election.
Yeah, I think everybody realizes
That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
It's people who come out and vote
Yes.
on other sides in secret that make a government win an election.
Mm-hmm.
All right, people that disagree with certain things on both sides that happen. Okay? Now, I'm saying, I have something, in fact, yes, I have something to say. Mr. Norbert,
yes.
I only hope that the party leaders of the UWP is focused on the ballots. While we are talking, we are not focusing on the ballot because the Labour Party have a reputation, and listen to me again, a reputation of destroying ballots. I want you to understand that well, and that is where UWP does not focus, I believe, in all the talking about politics and who will win and who will. They're not focus on those ballots where the Labour Party is focused of doing anything necessary to destroy ballots so that they can win the election. I remember Marsha in the last election. Guy Mayers had never lost that seat.
That was 2011.
Yes, didn't lose that seat. And I'm telling you, all the messed up go on in the editorial office. Okay?
There was a recount there. I was there. There was a recount.
I beg your pardon?
I said I was there. There was a recount.
The recount was... Anyway, let's leave that alone.
Okay.
Because I'm not saying hearsay, you know. I'm one man, I'm not going to do nonsense.
No, I didn't say it was hearsay. I'm saying that I remember that very well. There were quite a number of people outside the electoral office for that recount.
And he knew he lost. But anyway, leave that alone. But I am more talking about now, UWP have to focus on the ballot. Make sure they have their agents to see in every polling station to see what's happening in the voting. This is where the Labour Party have their whole corrupt hole. I use the word corrupt hole.
Where's that? What's that, caller? Say that again.
Corrupt hole.
Where? Where's the corrupt hole?
In the ballots.
Oh well.
All right. Okay. In the
let's just say we need to keep our eyes open before, during, and after.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Now, Mr. Norbert.
Yes.
Mr. King. Okay. You cannot tell me, Mr. Norbert, you have done all your youth, your teenager, in an organization, and you're telling me that at that time you want to move and display your character. All right? Mr. Norbert, I haven't got enough, but one of these days I'll put enough money on my phone that I can tell you what I know. Okay?
Okay.
So you take it easy now.
Thank you very much.
Keep it real.
Thank you, caller. Thanks for keeping it
Thank you, caller.
real. It's 8:11. We have 4 more minutes. 456.
Norbert, speaking of motorcades, I
Yeah.
have a message I would like to read.
Yeah.
Good morning, Norbert and Minerva. Sunday was just so surreal and re-energizing. And if that was a pre-election activity, I can't imagine what the victory celebration will look like. There is no doubt that if all these eligible voters who came out on Sunday turn out to vote for UWP, no doubt we'll have a massive landslide victory. Already it concerned me when I heard a caller to Champagne on Sunday say that based on the crowds he was seeing, there's no need for him to go to vote because we'll win already. This took me right back to 2011, where Spider and Ezekiel, for example, who had massive motorcades, won by the smallest of margins, and the number of spoiled ballots in both cases were far greater than the margin of loss and could have swung results in our favor. It is so important for us to remind our people on these programs to turn out to go cast their votes and to do it diligently and validly. Motorcades don't win elections. Votes do. Let's intensify the motivation of our people to turn out and vote. Sorry. No, but I think it's also important that at the constituency level, and maybe your Tuesday show where you're actually on TV
tonight,
that we remind people of how to vote, because we have too many spoiled ballots. You need to remind people of how to vote, procedures for voting. Let's not take it for granted. And let's also remind people, what form of IDs you need, what the rules of voting are, and just remind people what a valid vote looks like, so our people are well prepared and are casting our votes properly.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. We've been informed that the Castries North candidate for the United Workers' Party, Janine Girodi, will be on Newsmaker Live with Timothy Polion. So let's not forget that. We have one call coming in. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Hi, good morning, Norbert.
Hey, good morning, sir. Haven't heard you in a few.
And good morning, Minerva. I'm listening.
Good morning, sir.
I think the point that Minerva just made is extremely important. And I think that we should utilize the services of GVD TV to actually illustrate to the people on the screens, on the televisions, how to cast a proper ballot. I know that some of the canvassers, when they go around, they are tasked with doing that, but some of them, they don't do it. And I think we should utilize the television now to actually show people how to cast the ballots properly. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for keeping it real. We'll take one more call, and that'll be the final call for today. One more call. I have a message here. Hi, Norbert. Good morning. The Alan Shastney government implemented a provision by statutory instrument to assist the business community, especially manufacturers, with a waiver of VAT payments at the border on imported inputs used to produce their final goods. This was intended to assist with their cash flow management and help keep them afloat. The VAT accrued on the imported inputs would then be paid after sale of the final goods. Our final call. You're the final call this morning. Good morning. You're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Good morning, Norbert.
Morning, sir. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning again. Listen, there's something that came to my attention, that we have some of these labor operatives who are employers who may want to sabotage some of these voters who are slabos and refuse them time out to go and vote. We need to look at that.
Yeah. Well, that's against the law. Thank you. Thank you so much, caller. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for letting us know that. Folks, it is your constitutional right to vote. It is your constitutional right to vote, and no employer can deny you the time to vote. For special services like the police, there is time, a special day before Elections Day, that the police vote in order that they will be available on Elections Day for law and order. Any job that you're in must allow you time to go to vote. Must. There is no if, and, or but. There is no question about it. You must be allowed to vote. Good morning, Norbert. Joke of the day. Normally, the political leader would come out to speak on candidates' platforms to boost their chances at the polls. But with Philip J. Pierre's faux pas in Moshi on Saturday, no candidate wants him on their platform anymore because Langley twop loose. Okay, one call's coming. We'll just take that call. Your toothpay. Good morning. You're on the air. You're the final caller.
Honorable Norbert Botai, man.
Hey, good morning.
The most.
Hey, you're lucky, man.
Popular. You're even more popular than the politicians.
Yeah, me.
Yeah. Let me tell you, I witnessed a political meeting in Dennery North last night.
Was that Ferropolius?
Yeah, there was a luncheon of Ferropolius. I have never seen no greater luncheon in that area than what I saw last night. She came in with one following, man, on the street, covered the entire street. She came in there, playing and blowing the whistle, with the taboo, with everything. And the people are welcome that lady with open arms. Sean is out. I want to tell our supporters,
come out to vote,
that it's another seat in the bag for us. Sean is out. So make sure they get ready to give the United Workers' Party as many seats as they can. If they can take all 17, go for it.
Take all.
And I think it is right for the taking, because I was also surprised at dinner of Labrie on Sunday. The youth are coming out. They want change. They have seen what's happening in Soufrière. They've seen what's happening in Vieux-Fort. They've seen what's happening in other constituencies. They want to see it happen in their part of the woods. So
absolutely.
I'm asking our people, remember that small X. That small X needs to keep the Labour Party out.
Yeah.
The United Workers' Party needs a majority. Give it to them, and we are on the path. We are on the path to really rebuilding a new solution for our young people, for our middle-aged and our young people, and even for our elderly, whom the government promised to take care of. We are building a new solution for those people. Mothers, fathers, think about your children first. Good morning.
Thank you very much, caller. Thanks for keeping it
Thank
real.
you.
Mr. Oswald Augustine, former chairman of the United Workers' Party. I have a message here. Good morning, Norbert and Minerva. My 11-year-old son said it's not an avalanche that we're going to get. It's not a landslide. It's an avalanche we're giving them. And he's right about that. Well, let's take one more call. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Hi, good morning, Norbert.
Morning, sir.
Yes, there's another aspect of the VAT that you did not even touch on for the businesses, apart from paying up front. There is the automatic increase in rent that VAT has played a role in insofar as taking away cash flow from businesses again. So that's another aspect of VAT which has crippled businesses. So that's just another aspect of the VAT. I just wanted to point it out.
Thank you very much, caller.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you. Have a
no,
great
but
day.
you were reading a message about no candidate wants Philip Pierre on their platform. I don't think you finished reading that message.
I think I
go
did.
Back to it?
It was very short.
Oh,
Let me see if I can find it. So many
Okay.
messages there. I don't know where it is now.
Okay.
I don't know where it is. Let me see.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know where it is.
I thought you weren't done with it.
Yeah, no, it was short. That was basically it.
Okay.
That they're afraid. They're now afraid for Philip J. Pierre to get on the platform for fear he reveals or says something that they don't want to put out yet. Okay, that's it, folks. Let me see. Not a damn seat for them.
Hudson Philip fell apart, beaten pole to pole. Dr. Laguise broke his heart in his own stronghold. Well, the party took a blow when their leader went below. The failure of Carl was the end of the ONR. Not a damn seat for them. Carl joined the alliance too. Not a damn seat for them. And they'll go find something for you to do. Not a damn seat for them. I hear he made Bessa senator. Not a damn seat for them. If Footy make you
Not a damn seat for them. Well, folks, that's it for today. Minerva, you want to wrap up?
Absolutely, Norbert. I just want to recap some of the thoughts and points we made today. Again, I want to go back and say that this was obviously plotted. Philip Pierre put it out. This was obviously a plot. I think one of our new callers said it was a plot, and I totally agree. This was plotted. This was premeditated. Stephen King is no patriot. He's no patriot. if he was taking a moral and principled position, he would have done exactly what Sarah Flood Bobred did when she had a moral position against the abortion bill. She left cabinet. And that is what you do when you have a fundamental moral disagreement with something that your cabinet colleagues are doing. You don't sit in the cabinet with them for 5 years, enjoying your salary, enjoying all the perks of being a government minister, go along with every single decision that has been made. You don't sit supporting every budget. You don't sit voting for the government when they had the vote of no confidence. Stephenson King had ample opportunity to voice his displeasure and to take a moral stand against everything he disagreed with. He could have sat in Parliament as an independent parliamentarian and represented his constituency like all opposition MPs do. He did not have to sit in cabinet. This was premeditated and it was plotted, and he's no patriot. But we've moved on. We have a fantastic candidate, high caliber candidate in the person of Janine Giraudy, and all UWPs, all right-thinking St. Lucians in that Castries North seat need to throw their support behind Janine Giraudy. People need to throw their support behind Janine Giraudy. Janine Giraudy is high caliber. She has done well in every organization she has worked.
That's
she
right.
will do well for the constituents of Castries North. She will be a fantastic addition to the cabinet team and the Parliament of St. Lucia. I look forward to her contribution as a strong, talented, competent woman as a parliamentarian and in the cabinet of St. Lucia. She deserves that chance. King is out, Janine Giraudy is in.
Yep. And that's it with you?
That's it for me.
Well, you know, I want to
Goodbye,
jump
St.
in there.
Lucia.
Okay, Minerva.
Yeah,
I want to jump in there
Go on. I'm listening to you.
and join Minerva, and I haven't done that ever. I'm going to throw my support. And I, Norbert Williams, today, Tuesday the 13th day of July, endorse 100% Janine Giraudy for the Castries North constituency. And although I don't live there, I know the Castries North constituency very well. And I will tell all of you listening out there that in Janine Giraudy, you have solid representation. You have class, you have character, you have honesty, and a hard worker that undeniably has worked and worked hard in whatever she's done. And seeing her on the ground on Saturday in Castries North for her first whistle stop, I am convinced that the people of Castries North, of Leclerc, and all the other areas in Castries North will see a dedicated representative to push the agenda for the people of Castries North in our House of Parliament and in government. I support Janine Giraudy 100% as a personal friend for a very long time, and knowing very much and very well her capabilities and her dedication to whatever she does. I support her 100%, and I call you all UWP supporters, all middle-of-the-road supporters, and everyone who is going to vote in Castries North to support Janine Giraudy for solid representation under a UWP ticket. That's it, folks. Thank you very much. Another day of Keeping It Real, the morning edition with Minerva Ward. It's going to be interesting. Don't forget tonight, folks, on channel 117, Hot 7 TV, the nighttime edition of Keeping It Real. Tuesday nights, of course, with me. Don't forget it, channel 117. That's it for today, folks. Hope you have a wonderful day. Cruise ship in the harbor today. Things are opening up, coming back. That's wonderful news for the people who've been out of work for so long. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Norbert. Bye, St. Lucia.
Coming up at 9 o'clock, champagne in the morning. 9 o'clock, champagne in the morning. Don't forget. Have a nice day. Hello everyone, I'm Norbert Williams, right here on Sky FM 93.1. Join me Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. for the morning edition of Keeping It Real. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, Minerva Ward joining me from Canada, right near the North Pole. Although it's cold over there, it's gonna be hot in here. Don't you forget, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on GVD TV and streaming live on Facebook. Don't you miss it.
Mon repos, Pasias, Mikud, Chapweb, Wale, Mikud Village. We going and vote over there. Hola, Mikud North, you ready? Mikud North, there we go, Mikud North. What we say? Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. Mikud North, who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. She give us roads with extension, that's a woman with a vision. New fields, parks and playgrounds, that's a woman with a vision. Preschool and community centers, that's a woman with a vision. Even gave us smart health centers. We voting at these elections. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. Me good enough. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. You could say you're for me and me good enough. You could say you're for me and me good enough. Usa no kabayo ti kwa. No kabayo ti kwa. Girl kabayo ti kwa. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. Me good enough. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. She give us roads with extension, that's a woman with a vision. New fields, parks and playgrounds, that's a woman with a vision. Preschool and community centers, that's a woman with a vision. Even gave us smart health centers. We voting at these elections. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. Me good enough. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure. Who we voting for? We voting anti-girl for sure.
I think he's a good leader. I think he's the best leader for the country. I do not see anybody else that can manage the country the way, especially in the pandemic. He did a tremendous job. I don't see another person that can run the country. His leadership skills is amazing. He's an amazing person. He's always in the community. I foresee that he'll stay for probably next 10 years. We will see a difference in Lucia, for sure.
Was all hope simply by just walking in. The moment you entered, we should have surrendered right then. You had a vision for all in the community. Your massive project shook the earth under me.
A very deplorable situation, and then we got assistance from our parliamentary rep, Mr. Dominic Fede, and he took the initiative to rebuild it into what it is today. You could come here downstairs, you could have it for some parties, some events, you know, or a gathering or a meeting. And upstairs you could also have it, it has computers there as well, you could use it just to do some researching online and stuff. So it's very useful for us.
My rep, Dominic Fede, has fulfilled all his campaign promises. He said he will do the Blackstone and Cemetery Road, he did it. He said he will build the daycare center, he did it. The Jack Mill playing field, he did it. The road from Roseau to Vanna, he did it. Dominic Fede, let's keep working. 5 more years.
As a frontline worker, I believe in keeping myself, my family, and my patients safe. I believe the government has done a remarkable job in limiting the spread of the coronavirus in terms of handling the vaccination process. They've been doing an amazing job, and I recommend that everyone gets vaccinated. I encourage the whole of St. Lucia to get vaccinated. I got vaccinated for you, so get vaccinated for me.
My name is Ganya Alaba and I'm from St. Jude's Highway View. I have never voted, but this time I will. Based on what the government has been doing in Viewport, I really like it. I have seen such great progress and development in Viewport. I like it and I really like the candidate. That is why I'm voting for Romangale Francis.
To be honest, I must say that this rep has truly represented her constituency. Of all the representation I've got in Micoud North, I must say that's the one who has really executed what she promised. Gail Rigobert promised schools for better education. She promised new roads. She promised better healthcare facilities. And under her leadership, we got the re-establishment of, like, the renovation of the health center. We also got new roads to the school where it is easier accessible in case of emergencies. We have an entrance and an exit at this time, which I find is very important. Also, the rep has a very keen interest in single parents, and as a single mother, I personally have gained from what she has done to help single parents. For example, she provided MiFi for all children who had no internet, which was very good for me because I had to be putting plan on my phone all the time because I had no internet. So my child could have done her schoolwork and make me proud and be an A+ student. I am staying with Auntie Gail.
I'm Arnold Seville, coming from the district of Soufrière, living up in Palmis. And from time I've been playing football growing up as a teenager, knowing that the grounds where I've been playing and what has been done is very impressive from my point of view. And I'm very happy for that. Now that the children could have something to do, find something more constructive to do instead of lying in different places and finding themselves in trouble. I think that my representative, Mr. Harold Stanislas, is doing a very good job in terms of giving the public what they need. He is doing what he's supposed to do, and as far as I've been in the community, I will give him a thumbs up on all what he's doing.
As you know, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and the vaccine has been rolled out in St. Lucia, and therefore we are in Soufrière today administering vaccines to hundreds of persons in the constituency. I had to take the vaccine because I would like to see St. Lucia, Soufrière get back to some semblance of normalcy. The vaccine is what is going to create herd immunity so that things can get back to normal again. Vaccine has been deemed very safe, very effective. So I'm very happy that I took my vaccine today, and I'm urging all my constituents to please make an effort to come get the vaccine.
Honorable Leonard, Spider-Man Tote.
Spider representation, I trust. Spider in 2021, representation, you can trust.
Spider 2021, representation you can trust.
Spider 2021, representation you can trust.
Spider all the way, representation you can trust. But Spider-Man don't run on, don't. We want it man, don't. Hello Mr. Spider, them cannot run you out.
Moi, je remercie M. Ezekiel Joseph pour tout ça qu'il a fait en communauté. Kotlan, Chimé, comme Senta, l'eau, tout ça a fait un merci en chai. Even si je ne travaille pas, je vais poser ça. Je merci un peu pour ça.
We're happy that Mr. Birch will be able to serve us to the extent and serve us very well, which I see to myself that's someone that will be able to work for us.
Mr. Birch, I am wishing you the best of luck in the upcoming election. We love you, we are there with you, we are supporting you. And what can I say? I wish the United Workers' Party all the best in that election.
Thank you, Butch. Thank you, my Prime Minister. We all love you. You have a vision, God give it to you. And you is the best Prime Minister we ever get in St. Lucia. Thank you.
You know what I like about Spider? When it comes to community development, he has honored the elderly and children, also has been delivering monthly hampers to the sick and vulnerable, and also every Wednesday, he has the soup kitchen who delivers food to the less fortunate. That's the best representation, a minister that does what he says he will do.
For change, for development, for leadership, Spider Monto 2021. That's the way to go. Gucci said so.
I just want to say thank you to Ms. Farah for supporting with the farmers of the valley. In that way, we hope it will go a long way with that fertilizer. We hope that we can see a progress on our farms and make very good use of it. We just want to say thank you so much.
Working out together as one. Hey, building a nation of love.
Well, UWP is the best thing that ever happened to St. Lucia because we go through 5 years of SLP. I personally was suffering because of Kennedy Anthony. Philip Jeppe never developed Masha. And we have Joachim Henry is a proven loser. Kenson versus Spider. That's a no-brainer, brother. Spider is the best thing that can happen to St. Lucia, much less Grozili. And I grew up in Grozili. Nobody never do nothing better for Grozili than Spider Monto. Now, SLP, leave us alone. You all know you're not good. Give us a chance to live our life, brother. What has SLP ever bring to St. Lucia, apart from poverty? What Kenny Anthony ever do, or Philip Jeppe can ever do? You cannot develop Masha, you cannot develop Beaufort. How can you develop St. Lucia, brother?
Hello, I'm Dexter from Bagatelle. We're there right now there with our minister, Mrs. Belrose. She organized us with a project which we was asking for how many years to build a retaining wall in Bagatelle to help us with the hurricane situation and all kind of things like that. And right now there, trust me, she helped us. In 2 weeks, you know, watch that. We have progress already. So you want to come and tell us, guys, sir? You understand what I'm telling you? That's our Belrose. There ain't nobody Belrose. And right now there, watch that. As you could see there, we're happy because progress is happening in our area. Miss Belrose give us a helping hand, and with her help, we giving her a helping hand too. And 2 hands that clapping together, not 1 hand. 1 hand can never clap together. It's 2 hands that clapping, and with Miss Belrose's help, if she there with us, we making things happen. And with her help, we could make Bagatelle different. And trust me on that.
name is Joel Robinson. I'm a site technician, so my job entails checking and verifying all the work that happens on site, taking our reports, pictures, and ensuring that everyone is placed in the right areas for work.
I'm Brad Augustine. I'm from Abdelang Miku. I've been working there from since October till now. I came in as a laborer. I'm an apprentice for masonry. You know, the job is kind of good because it's been a long time since I had a job, and you know, Auntie Gail has proven people wrong, and she's given, you know, constituency work to do. So I'm very happy to be working. Yeah, the development of the Miku Smart Block. You know, I find it very interesting because my son is writing common entrance, and he will be given a chance to do much more than I have done, because I've been attending Miku Secondary School. I've attended Miku Secondary School, and also I wanted my son to attend it too because of the technologies that have increased. So I think the Smart Block is a very important and very good opportunity for the young kids around and the young generation.
Yeah, my name is Zane Furnace. Yeah, I work as a laborer here. Yeah, but I do different stuff like, you know, electrician. I take part in different stuff, and yeah, I've been learning. Yeah, although it's been tougher, but I've been learning doing the job. Yeah, and I appreciate the job.
My name is Hans Vitalis, and I'm a consultant on the project of the Miku Secondary School. I work with the company teams, and we are building the Miku Secondary School Smart Block, which started on June 18th of 2020. Presently, we are about 80% completed, and we are now waiting for our doors and windows to be installed, while plastering continues at the back of the building. Priming and painting on the first floor has already begun, and basically that's where we are.
It has been long overdue. We should have that water from a long time ago. Since when Labour was in power, we should have that water.
We have to carry water. Sometimes I just fall with the buckets, everything. And I say, well, Lord, what time we'll get water in this community? I'm so happy now. The UWP brings water in our pipe.
It is so very easy to stand and say, as one of the members on the opposite side, oh, you're paying so many people to do so much work. Mr. Speaker, did you see the quality? You got an opportunity, Mr. Speaker, as all St. Lucians did, to see the kind of work our missions do overseas, quietly and silently. How is it that we brought back every single St. Lucian who was stranded out there on a cruise ship? Every single one of them. We didn't come here and talk about the hardships that St. Lucians were facing on ships, that they couldn't get out. We had to get psychologists, psychiatrists to assist them, keep in touch with them. Every St. Lucian who was stranded out there, even when our borders were closed, we were able to reach them and negotiate with their employers, whether it be cruise ships, whether it be that we had to bring in special flights, because we coordinated with all of our multilateral friends to get every St. Lucian brought back here, even when the borders were closed. We don't go out and boast about the things we do. We quietly work. That's what we do.
Hello
Hello, welcome to the program Champagne in the Morning with yours truly, your favorite guy, Champagne. Join me here every morning from 8 a.m. until 12 noon. We're also live on GBD channel 115 and live stream on the internet. Join me as we discuss all of the current events of our beautiful country and around the world. You too could get into the program by calling in 456-0931 or 485-0931. Thank you for tuning in. Join me 8 a.m. to 12 noon.
My MP said that we would have a new wellness center. Here we are. It's almost finished.
My community said we needed a new wing to our secondary school. And my MP said yes.
My sister said she needed help to find a job, so my MP created a job fair.
Our athlete said we needed better sporting facilities.
A new early childhood development center.
My neighbors said. My sister said.
The children said.
Community said.
Roads and a new park. And my MP said.
Yes.
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 Of course.
Nous tous, c'est yon famille en Micoud Nord. Et nous continuons pour faire progrès avec Antigil.
My MP said that we would have a new wellness center. Here we are. It's almost finished.
My community said we needed a new wing to our secondary school. And my MP said yes.
My sister said she needed help to find a job, so my MP created a job fair.
Our athlete said we needed better sporting facilities.
A new early childhood development center.
My neighbors said.
My sister said.
The children said.
Community said.
Roads and a new park. And my MP said.
Yes.
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 Of course.
Nous tous, c'est yon famille en Micoud Nord. Et nous continuons pour faire progrès avec Antigil.
Yeah, I feel he deserves another 5 years. Because for the meanwhile, since he's been there, we've been doing a lot of progress in Soufrière. For example, the field, the beach park, and still work going on. So, for sure, he deserves another 5 years. Performance matters.
Building a nation of love, changing the ways.
As you could see, we're at the Hummingbird Beach Park, which is one of the projects that Herod Studies Class implemented and made it happen. So basically, what is happening is that you get persons coming from all over the island, and they come to Soufrière on a Sunday just to enjoy the beach park, the activities. And as a young person growing up, I'm 35 years old. And I've never, in the 45 years that I'm in Soufrière, I've seen so much happening in a short period of time. And trust me, it's gonna take hours for me to just let everybody know the amount of things Herod have done. So I'm gonna say thumbs up to Herod. There is not a better minister than Herod Studies Class. We will vote for Herod Studies Class because exactly what all the youth asked for, this is what he gave us. So Herod Studies Class all the way. Thank you. See you guys again.
As you know, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and the vaccine has been rolled out in St. Lucia, and therefore we are in Soufrière today administering vaccines to hundreds of persons in the constituency. I had to take the vaccine because I would like to see St. Lucia, Soufrière get back to some semblance of normalcy. The vaccine is what is going to create herd immunity so that things can get back to normal again. Vaccine has been deemed very safe, very effective. So I'm very happy that I took my vaccine today, and I'm urging all my constituents to please make an effort to come get the vaccine.
Our island Ayanola, forged under pressure, nations battled for her honor, yet she emerged as the jewel of the Caribbean, the envy of many. A people strong, resilient, creative, diligent, and pioneering. Together we continue aspiring to new heights. A people deserving of no less than an environment in which to thrive, to work, to earn, to play, to learn in our pursuit of excellence in this place we call home, deserving too no less than strong leadership. The past 5 years have been testament of this. Leaders and people working together to build a new St. Lucia, with leadership based on a strong vision, showing, leading, encouraging our people to aspire to greatness as one St. Lucian family. Through creative economic policies, projects, investments, and interventions, much progress has been made and assurances unfold. With Alan Michael Shastney, along with a dedicated team of the United Workers' Party at the helm, a new St. Lucia is emerging. A new St. Lucia that adapts to the demands and challenges of today's global village. A new St. Lucia that forges ahead despite the uncertainties of tomorrow. 2016 saw the commencement and maintenance of an upward trajectory and positive economic growth, with decreased unemployment as more job opportunities were created. The largest investments in infrastructural development and capital projects commenced. Record stayover arrivals in tourism. Record cruise ship arrivals. Creative arts benefiting from the investments in the summer festivals, St. Lucia Jazz, Carnival, Roots and Soul, and Creole Heritage Month. Artists and athletes excelling on the international stage like never before. Our pride has been restored as greater emphasis was placed on the national festivals and events, including our annual Independence Anniversary celebrations, which underscores our patriotism. Young entrepreneurs flourished through the support and interventions of the Small Business Development Center in the Ministry of Commerce, Invest St. Lucia, and Export St. Lucia. There was diversification in our agricultural sector that saw the export of non-traditional crops. And no longer do vendors and farmers have to endure the elements as they trade the produce from our farmers, as they now boast new market facilities. Our children are being better prepared to engage in the advances of ICT in education and e-learning with the provision of not only e-devices, but the necessary training, software, hardware, and connectivity. We have witnessed the largest investment in school infrastructural work. The most extensive island-wide road improvement project network ever has been delivered. A modern road network for our farmers to transport their goods, for our people to have better access to essential services and jobs, for our children to have ease of movement to and from school, for emergency vehicles to better respond to our needs, and so much more. In improvements to Port Castries, with port redevelopments due for Vieux in the south, as well as the Uonora International Airport redevelopment project. It is said that difficult times draw us together and brings out the best in us. This past year has done just that, as we continue to battle the impact of the global pandemic brought on by COVID-19. We have seen our resources dwindle and a decline in GDP as all sectors, including tourism, have been affected. Undaunted, we press on with stellar leadership from our Prime Minister, his team, and our frontline workers. Support has been provided to the various sectors through the economic relief programs aimed at caring for the most vulnerable among us and providing relief to those who are now unemployed. Short and medium-term strategies have also been implemented aimed at getting the wheels of the economy moving again. Our government has made significant investments in healthcare, transitioning to OKEU, transforming Victoria Hospital, and making significant progress on the St. Jude's Hospital. While steering clear of the daunting cliffs of despair, this government continues to guide Fair Helen to safer shores. The work has only just begun as we continue to build a new St. Lucia, one that is stronger and better. St. Lucia, A resilient nation, stronger, better with the United Workers' Party. Let's keep working together for you, for me, for all of us.
As you know, we're in the middle of a pandemic, and the vaccine has been rolled out in St. Lucia, and therefore we are in Soufriere today administering vaccines to hundreds of persons in the constituency. I had to take the vaccine because I would like to see St. Lucia, Soufriere get back to some semblance of normalcy. The vaccine is what is going to create herd immunity so that things can get back to normal again. Vaccine has been deemed very safe, very effective. So I'm very happy that I took my vaccine today, and I'm urging all my constituents to please make an effort to come get the vaccine.
You know what I like about Spider? When it comes to community development, he has honored the elderly and children, also has been delivering monthly hampers to the sick and vulnerable, and also every Wednesday he has the soup kitchen who delivers food to the less fortunate. That's the best representation, a minister that does what he says he will do.
If you keep it up, you cannot never lose. You will never lose if you keep on doing what you're doing there to support us, because we'll always support him.
I appreciate what the minister doing. It's a good thing. See the work you put in on there, I appreciate that. I like that. That's nice.
Women people. Joaquin! What's going on? Where? Yeah, back to work.
So where you are? Don't mind them, they can pick down our guys. So that one pass Mr. Guy straight. Yeah. Where am I do that?
Which guy? What guy? That guy? Mr. Guy?
Hey, Georgia! I tell you, I'm going to pick down our guys.
You cannot do that. We already asked him to do it for us, and Guy that give it to us. All of us eating our bread thanks to Mr. Guy. Joachim coming and trying to scandalize us.
So we today coming there.
I asked them and in front of everybody down there if he couldn't get that little job, the same little job he say Guy giving us. If he couldn't get it for us, he tell me that's TFA. TFA you didn't get it for us. You come up here 3 times before Guy. Huh? So TFA you couldn't get it for us. But as Guy give it to us, you have a problem. You want to come and bribe us. We could work $78 million. We don't care. We still accepting the $150 we get for our day. Thank you to Guy. We're not too big and we're not too tough, but when we work together, we got the right stuff. Go, Mr. Guy, yeah! Yeah.
Bienvenue à Sky FM 93.1 et puis Dr. Sigwe lundi pour vendredi. Ça c'est 4h30 pour 8h au soir. Côté Dr. Sigwe ka encore nous. Côté nous ka discuter qui ça qui ka fait en pays. Nous aussi à sur Facebook et puis channel 115. Ça c'est GVD TV. Join-moi lundi pour vendredi à sur Sky FM 93.1 et puis Dr. Sigwe encore nous.
Parfait, bye.
Hello everyone, I'm Norbert Williams, right here on Sky FM 93.1. Join me Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. for the morning edition of Keeping It Real. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, Minerva Ward joining me from Canada, right near the North Pole. Although it's cold over there, it's gonna be hot in here. Don't you forget, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on GVD TV and streaming live on Facebook. Don't you miss it.
Yeah, I want to say that Bradley Felix, to me, is the most genuine and humble politician we the people of Swazelle have come across. Within this month's first 5 years for me, and the amount of work he have done, to me it's brilliant. With the building of the construction of the Solibus Road Park Estate, I have never come across such a humble and genuine individual. Bradley Felix all the way.
Most times, parents want to take their children to preschool, but they cannot afford, because preschool, if you know, it is very expensive. And when there's a preschool like that in the area, parents benefit from it. No matter where they come from, they benefit from it. They get a chance to experience things that they did not experience in their childhood. So they get a chance to enroll their daughter or their son and get a good benefit out of it.
So I'm very happy and thankful for my district rep, because you want to be at home with your grandkid, but you have the you still have to go to work because of obligations.
Providing parents and families the necessary support at this early stage of child development is the next main pillar in Dominic Fede's people-focused infrastructure.
Our island, Ayanola, forged under pressure. Nations battled for her honor, yet she emerged as the jewel of the Caribbean, the envy of many. A people strong, resilient, creative, diligent, and pioneering. Together we continue